Well, hey yo, everyone, and welcome. I'm your friend Art of Mana, and let's dive into this 469th stream. That's right, we're not quite to 500. No, wait, we are. What am I talking about? I don't even know. My brain. Dash Magnum, good evening, how you doing? 569th stream, that's what we're doing. And we're just chatting. We're going to start with just some chatting and hanging out, talking a little bit. I've got some games I could queue up. I've got my Switch here. I've got my PC running. We could easily fire up any number of things. Mictron Gaming, good to see you. How are you doing, buddy? Dash is doing well. Hope you are too. You know what? It's been a good day. It's been a good day. The good news today, Mictron says. Mictron says, God bless. Thank you so much. Yeah, my goodness, a lot to process. I'm assuming that we're on the same page here talking about the election results. We have some definitive news. We have the election called. We know that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are going to be the next president and vice president of the United States. Dash says, "Lol." Yes, I imagine we are. I actually, yeah, I want to kind of talk a little bit. Part of why I didn't stream earlier today is because we just found that out at that point in time, and when we found that out, I thought two things. First of all, I thought people are probably going to be processing this. A lot of people are going to be processing this. Maybe people who were hoping for that outcome, and maybe people who weren't hoping for that outcome. And I thought, hey, let's allow people to process. And I don't want to just jump in and sort of stream at my usual time. And then the other thing that went through my mind is I really wanted to think a little bit about what I wanted to say and how I wanted to share this with you. My fear was people would have immediately wanted to ask me, what do you think of this? Did you hear the news? And it was going to become a thing on the stream. People would talk about it. And I've often said that I want my streams, I want this community to be able to talk about those deep and potentially divisive topics, those important topics, religion and politics being two of the most taboo things you can talk about, and yet I think they're incredibly worthwhile to talk about. So I thought, I said this, I want to talk about those things, but I want to find the right time, and the proper context. So if I was streaming a game, and that wouldn't be the right time. So I'm starting out with just chatting so we could kind of address this and talk about it. But I actually want to let you know too, gosh, Dash, that's so cool. Rain down here this morning. It had a beautiful rainbow this afternoon. Seemed appropriate. I love it. I wanted to say, I had a lot of thoughts actually prior to this election, prior to election day. I thought about putting out a series of posts about voting. I realize now I'm going on 5 years, so it was actually very, very early on in my streaming career that the last presidential election happened, and so that's interesting to me because obviously that's a long time. It's a long time ago, but it's interesting because I'm starting to reflect back and remember and recall what things were like back then. I thought about putting together something. Last time, I did not want to even broach the topic. In fact, I didn't even tell people I was Catholic, which was a strange thing at the time. I didn't talk about being a Christian. I didn't talk about my faith because I was in college when that happened, 2016, Mike says. No, but when it first happened, when I first started streaming, I didn't want to talk about these things openly. Part of it because I didn't want people to, I wanted to make sure that this was a comfortable place for everyone. I also didn't want to reveal too much personal information. There were a lot of different things, okay? And I oddly didn't talk about my faith, which is a huge part of my life and something I talk about all the time outside of the context of streaming, but didn't when I started streaming. Really odd. Anyway, that was then. Now, I'm starting to go into topics that are a little bit more difficult, like you saw with my tweets about sexual abuse. And so I actually was thinking around the time that I ended up being swung into needing to respond to that, I thought about making a series of posts about voting and voting with, informing your conscience, discerning, making good choices, all of these kinds of things. And I'll tell you, I actually started after, or in the last couple of days after Election Day, I started thinking about what I wanted to share with you. And I'm actually planning, if you're interested, I kind of want to gauge interest, Dash, Mike-tron, what do you think? Kind of thinking about putting together a couple of videos about voting and the election process. You know, I, it's weird. I don't want to. I have a pretty diverse background. Okay, I'll let you know. I'm not an expert. Uh, there are a lot of things I talk about. I'm not an expert. There's some things I speak with a little bit more authority and background and education on. I I can speak I think pretty well about matters of religion, um, and and have the uh, the education to back that up, as well as politics to an extent. And but I'm not an expert. But I wanted to share some things. And my reflection today, I was just talking to my buddy. We we went to church. We've been rejiggering all of the sound equipment and everything. And so he came and he was playing guitar and violin, and we were playing. And we had a crew come in. They were fixing all kinds of things and rewiring things and all that. And so afterwards, Ms. Mana, bestie of Mana, and we decided we were going to go and practice some music for next weekend, which is actually my brother-in-law's wedding. And you had similar Saturday Dash. Nice. By the way, I love that comment, Mike-tron. I did see that about the dark and storming, and there was a bad mood. So we ended up going to everybody's favorite. It was a weird thing. It was like back from the college days. We're like, we're just gonna get Jack in the Box chicken sandwiches for dinner, and we waited in line forever. And I'm like, I gotta stream. I said I was gonna try and stream around this time. Oof. And then we ended up not. We were gonna practice music for the wedding. We didn't end up practicing, but my point in bringing that up was something. Oh, so my buddy and I are waiting in line at Jack in the Box. It takes forever. I mean, I don't know what it is. Jack in the Box is one of those places that just seems like it's never fast. You can sit there forever, and it just takes forever. But we're in the line for Jack in the Box, and we're talking about all kinds of things. And we talked a little bit about politics. I'll tell you, my bestie of Mana actually wrote me in for his presidential vote. So my name is actually in the 2020 presidential race. Sad to say, this is maybe equal parts stream and my public address. I did not get the nomination. I'm sorry. Yeah, rather unfortunate. Big disappointment. Right? It was a nice vote of confidence. But anyway, we were talking, and I was saying, one of the things I want to address is, and this is really kind of all I want to say now. I want to tell me what you think of this, if it would be worth presenting this in a video format to share with people. Memory Martin, hello, it is Mana time indeed. Hi. Oh, look at that little emote just floating up there. Hello. So I was thinking about the pendulum. Okay, I feel like I've talked about this before, but so often there are these two. They're the extremes in that they are the ends of this swinging pendulum. Okay, and so you'll notice that over time this pendulum will go back and forth, and somewhere in that kind of center part is where usually the best course of action, the truth kind of lies. There's sort of a mix of things. So I was reflecting on the fact that, on one hand, if you go on social media, you see all of these posts calling for unity after this election, saying that we are all US citizens, that, you know, hey, in any election, there's going to be a side. Your person is not elected. You're disappointed, but we swing over and we say, hey, what, maybe it was a messy campaign, maybe it was a little bit, a little bit harsh, but we're gonna just put all those bygones behind us, and we're gonna meet in the middle, and we're gonna get work done, and we're gonna do fine. Hey, it's an election. We can be friends after this, like that's the important thing. All right, so that's one side of social media. The other side is saying this isn't a normal election. This was not a normal election. This was not two candidates that have different policies that you could debate which is going to be the best path forward, but ultimately they are arriving at noble ambitions, and this is about endorsing things that are unjust and that exclude rather than include, and divides rather than brings together. So no, like we can't just say, hey, whatever, these are the results. It was a good election. We're all friends now. No, you were supporting somebody that hurt me. Okay. So these are the two things I'm seeing are you seeing these things also on social media? Have you seen this? I've seen both of these sides on social media. Now, I think there's truth in both of those statements, okay? Like most things, it's nuanced, there's subtlety. Dash is saying to an extent, yes. I mean, I've literally seen it that clear, hey, like, I don't care who you voted for, we just need to come together and be friends. And I do care about who you voted for because that person was actively harming me and you were endorsing that. Whew. Two very powerful things. So my response would be to kind of dissect that and figure out what's going on. What does this mean for the future of our country? How do we look at the election? Sort of, I want to kind of coin the phrase reflections of elections, or reflection of an election. That's kind of what I'm thinking of calling it. And more or less, what are we going to take away from this? And the truth is, I haven't looked at the most recent numbers here, but at least 4 million, I think it was, roughly 4 million, we'll say, more U.S. Americans voted for Biden over Trump. The electoral college or electoral votes were looking a lot closer than a lot of people expected. But then in the end, Biden had a quick surge and lead, which was not unexpected. Let's put there's so much here. Let's talk about the fact that, a lot of people looked at Twitter negatively for flagging posts that were sharing outright lies and things like that. Where was I going with that? So some people will say, oh gosh, what, it was election fraud, et cetera, et cetera. I hope that we can look past that because there's no evidence of that, that has been brought forward that I would give merit to at this point. And again, it's all filtered through other people, but really, truly, I don't see that. If you look at the places where they hadn't called the state, they were counting ballots that were coming in, mail-in ballots, which tended to lean blue as opposed to red, because talking about divides here. I'm not trying to talk about divides, but a lot of people who were voting by mail, who were treating COVID very seriously and hence more inclined to vote by mail, tended to be of the party that was not aligning itself with Trump, who was actively downplaying COVID-19. So, yeah. And ultimately, likely not on the scale needed to tip things anyway. Yeah, right, yeah. Twitchy Berry, welcome on in. I've been avoiding this stuff. I know there's bitterness. There was no good option this time, and I'm praying for you guys and wisdom for the leadership. I appreciate the prayers, absolutely. Very. Yeah, I'll tell you though. We've seen this a couple of times, the no good options thing. And I don't know. On one hand, I have never met, hey, Hamabe boy. Oh, man. I have not met or encountered a candidate that fully encompasses what I would desire in a president, how I would approach the presidency. Even right now, the person that I'm hoping for in the future does not fully express all that I would want. However, I think they're a candidate that would be good for the future and for bringing back dialogue in the country and things like this. But yeah, I mean, the nuance of how I see, there's a great website. It's called I Side With, and it will actually give you a bunch of great political topics. And then you can actually look at policies and decide where you stand. I highly encourage it for anyone who maybe even isn't politically inclined, because it will help you in voting in the future. And it's also a really nice way to think about some of the things we often don't talk about. This whole last election, really, we never dove into deep policy. So, there's some historic things here with the candidates elect, or president and vice president elect. I don't see them as a bad choice. Like, I know some people will be quick to vilify. I don't know why we do that. I went back to some old vice presidential and presidential debates on the PBS NewsHour channel on YouTube. And, I was watching like the old George H. Bush, Ross Perot, and Bill Clinton debate. What a stark contrast to what the last few election cycles have been. So fascinating, because at that time it was actually debate in the truest sense. It was point and counterpoint, and it was on track, on topic, related to the questions that were asked. Pretty interesting stuff to contrast it. Not perfect, but definitely interesting difference that we've seen now. So yeah, things are different, and I think for young people right now, I hope we haven't given the impression that this is what politics in the United States is or ought to be. So, Hamabe Boyce in here, thank you so much for coming in. Hamabe Boyce says to Dash Magnum, power, yes, but also in the optics. Oh, hold on a second. Dash had written something I missed. For my own 2 cents, if the election of just one person can make folks on either side so worried, tells me that the office of the president wields too much power at present, and some of these executive powers probably ought to be rolled back. Ditto also for Supreme Court nominees. Hamabe Boy says, power, yes, but also in the optics. The President of the United States sets the tone for the way the world sees us to a large extent. Yeah. Especially for the fact that many of the media that reaches other shores carries the words and behavior of the President of the United States, not to mention policy and its effects on those other countries. Great point. Actually, I'm so glad you mentioned that. The way the rest of the world has viewed the United States recently, and even this election, has been shocking. And, well, no, it's not shocking, the views. It's shocking that we have lost so much standing. I'm not talking about power or, greatest nation of the world thing. I'm talking about being seen as a respectable country, as a reasonable country with a reasonable electorate and a reasonable leader. We've lost that actually. So what I want to be cautious on, and something I spent the last 4 years. Okay, a couple of things real quickly. I know I mentioned I'm going to try and make a video. Maybe this is becoming a lot more open than I thought it would be. I'm sharing it. I want you to know because okay. So fun thing. I want to be a deacon of the Catholic Church. The clergy cannot endorse a candidate or tell anyone how to vote. And in fact, I think this is a really wise thing. Instead, the approach is to share what are the tools of discernment? How do you make an informed, conscientious decision? Okay. So my Tron Gaming says I felt the weight come off my shoulders. I know many people said the same thing to me. I know I felt that too. So if things were different, I think I would be able to more easily say, look, here are the things that you can do. Here are how you can, here are the things that maybe you should really pay attention to. Hey, 8-Bit Dad 7DC. Hey, Seth. We're talking about politics, just warning you all. This is not normal, but we're talking a little bit about it now. I'm talking about some potentially divisive stuff here, but we'll get a video in the future, I think. It sounds like people are interested in that. So, just collecting my thoughts. Hold on a second. Okay. Typically, Mona G, hello. Welcome on in. Thank you so much. And Chrono, welcome on in. Typically, I think you could look at we are roughly approximating. Okay, hold on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up my. I gotta pull it from the cloud here, but I'm going to pull up the draft I have been working on for this talk I'm going to give, and I'm going to come back here. Oh, Mona G, thank you so much. Oh, Mona G is going to follow. Apparently, they're not following, and they're going to fix that. Thank you so much. I like the heck emote there too. Chrono, welcome on in. Okay, I'm going to come back to this in a second. Let me read a couple of comments here. So it looks like Twitchy Berry says, yeah, nobody takes Trudeau seriously abroad, so that's a problem here too. Dash says, I'd be interested to see a video on the topic per your earlier question, Mana. Hamabe Boy says, other countries were and continue to be anxious about who becomes the president of the United States because of what it means for them. The U.S. is the most powerful country in the world currently, and that matters a great deal to everyone who isn't in that top spot. I think a lot of people in the U.S. take for granted how much that matters. Oof, good point. Heck is kind of my thing these days, Mona says. That's awesome. Hey, Jade Sloth, how you doing? Hey, I just wanted to share to someone. Sorry for changing the conversation, but I did some photography like 5 minutes ago with small short fires. Don't worry, it was super safe. I love how they came out. Sorry for saying stuff off topic. Hey, that's really cool. That's really cool. No worries. Thank you for sharing that. I do think that's pretty awesome. So let me go back on topic here. And I don't know that we're going to talk so much, much longer about these things. However, I do want to address a couple things. I have a couple of issues with my computer at the moment, so I may drop a few frames here and there for a couple of reasons. But yeah, I'm going to drop a couple here. Okay. I wrote this. I'm going to just go. Hey, Cronus says walks in and is surprised when people voted for him to be president. Colonel Hux runs away and hides. It's democracy in action, Hamabe Boy says, where we're the anomaly in that we're one of the few successful, quote, and stable in terms of having smooth, regular transitions from administration to administration, democracies in history. The U.S. is frequently described as a democratic experiment. True, good point. Okay, here is, I've told you I had a few things just that I was writing down. So this was written prior to any announcement of who won. This is what I was working on. Again, rough. I'm going to, it's not finished, so I'm just going to, but I'm going to just read it. You're going to get a sneak peek. To talk of politics in this moment is to step into the middle of a food fight with no tray to protect me. It's very likely I'll get bruised, but there's a high probability I'll get some food for thought. That's a good line, right? Truth is, I have been one of those people who have been so burned by talking about politics that I shy away from it these days. I'm much more comfortable talking about religion because at least with religion, you're unlikely to offend anyone. Oh, and I'm a master of religion and only a bachelor of politics, so that's a factor. I hope my levity has caught you off guard because I do actually have a serious message. I'm not sure this is going to be worked, but that message is this. I'm not your enemy, nor are you mine. But seeing as you're hearing from me, I'm likely to meander down a trail of further thoughts before I set down the proverbial pen. I've got a lovely purple voting record. That's true. Though I really can't take all the credit for this. The first argument, in the classical sense, that my wife, then girlfriend, and I had ever had was about politics. After a lovely night of discussion and some Denny's breakfast food, we roughly agreed on our desired outcomes for our nation, but disagreed on how best to achieve them. Now, this may be oversimplifying things, but the whole encounter caused me to pause. As I began to reflect on the matter, I began to see more clearly that goals can be more or less objective. Routes to achieve them can be more or less subjective, filled with gray, as it were. Perhaps call it self-evident truths, maybe call it transcendentals. You could even call it the God-shaped hole in our hearts. Whatever you call it, sociology, philosophy, and religion have more or less identified certain things as good, noble to aspire towards, and worthy of our effort. However, I wasn't satisfied to simply leave it at that. Surely, to borrow a phrase from Tolkien, almost certainly in a more perfect world, or even with a little more care in this very imperfect one, we ought to find the best path forward to achieve objectively praiseworthy ends. This is why I've never lost faith in experts. By the wisdom of experience and the knowledge of study, experts, though not perfect, are able to provide insight into their area of expertise that is worth listening to. Gather enough related experts, and a much clearer picture should present itself. It will not be perfect, for to see macro gray in micro black and white requires a microscope that only God has. However, despite our instruments being less capable, we can no less discern the edges of the black ink on white newsprint. And so with this background, I dive carelessly into politics. There's a bunch more here, everyone. There's a bunch more, but that's my start. What do you think? Is it pretty good? Pretty good start? Pretty good start here? Mary Martin says, I'll admit it, I did get a bit anxious when about the election when I got a letter saying I couldn't vote due to missing the deadline, mainly because I believed Trump was planning on taking away free access to birth control. As someone who experiences tremendous pain, I got really worried my mom wouldn't be able to afford it for both me and my siblings. For those who are wondering why I always just say sibling, and my sibling. For those who are wondering why I always say sibling, they're non-binary and with terrible health care that she has with her job. Thank you for sharing. Memory Martin, I did not know those things. Thank you for sharing that. Sloth says, personally, democracy should work in the U.S., but it doesn't always. People's votes do matter. In fact, even if it doesn't count as much as in the other states, like, for example, Rhode Island has around 3 electoral votes, I believe, and around 20 in Pennsylvania, their vote should matter equally, in my opinion. Sloth says, that was great. Thanks. I think that's a good start. Dash says, thank you. So that point that I really wanted to touch on, that piece that I shared is, when we we got into this again argument in the classical sense. We realized similar goals, but we were thinking about how to achieve them differently, And some of my earliest school economics training was very inspired by laissez-faire economists, the invisible hand of capitalism, etc. And I absolutely dove right in because it was a worldview that was kind of simple, and you could kind of go, yeah, right. And I've come to think that there's more nuance to it than that, and I also have come to realize the importance that our faith calls us to serve others. In fact, let me pull this up. A little tweet that I sent out. I tend to do things somewhat intentionally. I don't know if it always seems that way. Do you feel that when I do things? Does it seem intentional, or do I seem scattered, haphazard, unrefined? I'm curious to know what people think. I sent a tweet out. This was a quote from Pope Francis. I also incidentally tweeted it with this comment. I've decided not to stream tonight between a restless night, this morning's interview, and tonight's election. This was the 3rd. Doesn't seem the right night. I had planned some election-related posts prior to my PSA post taking priority. Instead, I offer you some encouragement tonight. This is what I shared. It was a quote from Pope Francis. Before I read that, Twitchy Berry says, some great leaders in in the church historically were put forward for leadership against their will. Anselm of Canterbury, yep. Ambrose of Milan, yep. That farmer in Alexandria that became bishop in the time of Pontanus and Clement, for example. These days, it is ambition, power, and chest thumping, but it always has been mostly in the world. These days, hold on a second. These days, it is ambition, power, and chest thumping, but it always has been mostly in the world. Interesting. Leadership should be more service than anything. There you go. Okay. So, see, this is why it connects. So this is what Pope Francis says. By the way, this quote, I discovered this quote. I had a hard time tracking down the source of this quote. And to be perfectly blunt, I feel like this could very well be like a Mother Teresa sort of thing, where it's a quote that sounds nice and it's attributed, but who knows? I don't really care. I live in that, like, I'm okay with stuff like that, like that, to me. That's okay. It sounds like something Pope Francis would say. We'll go with it. We'll say it's Pope Francis. All right, probably was. Man, who knows? I think it was something that was in a homily of his, which not all of his homilies are as easily archived. It was obviously, this would have been translated. This would have been, so suffice to say, this is a translation, I think, of a homily of Pope Francis is the best I can come up with. It says, rivers do not drink their own water. Trees do not eat their own fruit. The sun does not shine on itself, and flowers do not spread their fragrance for themselves. Living for others is a rule of nature. We are all born to help each other, no matter how difficult it is. Life is good when you are happy, but much better when others are happy because of you. So I posted that. Nine of you liked it. I'm not sure how many people saw it. But Dash Magnum liked it. Seth liked it. Memory Martin liked it. There you go. But that's on there. I made a little nice image for it and everything. Good quote. And I like that a lot. So, anyways, what I guess I mentioned this at the top of this stream. There's this pendulum between, hey, this was just a regular election, we need to just be friends after this, and you were actively, wanting someone who hurt me and wanted to impose things that would further hurt me. Like, you were endorsing that. How do we become friends? I think there's gonna we need a lot of healing. We can't just I don't this isn't as easy as it. Let me put it this way. I'm an optimistic person. As easy it is as easy at it as it is for me to be excited that someone who some people may have believed had their best interest at heart. Again, I spent the last 4 years trying to understand why people voted for someone who who demonstrated the characteristics of a bully, who objectively demonstrates lack of character, who objectively does not have the skills to be president. And I know I'm being, woof, woof. I know, I'm saying some big things here, right? I'm saying some big things. I know these are argumentative things. Because some people will find fault in that. But I can't quite understand. I've tried for 4 years. Now I think there's likely at this point, because what we saw, I don't understand this, his base grew. And so now I think there's going to be, I try and think back to 4 years ago when I was sitting there in dismay, trying to make sense of how do we go on from here? What do we do? Now I believe that there are going to be people who supported Trump believing sincerely that it was the right call, that there were some reasons why he is the right choice and why Biden is the wrong choice. Or maybe more appropriately, some people who voted thinking Biden is the wrong choice. And they are going to be dismayed and disheartened and trying to figure it out. I would like to present the reasons because I never got answers. I tried a few times. I never maybe tried the way that I had wanted. I'd always kind of thought I was going to try to reach out to people and do surveys and really trying to understand, but I never did because it became so divisive to talk about anything like that. Maybe I'll do it in the future. I don't know, but I couldn't understand it. So, right now, this is where we're at, and we're also at a place where I'm not too optimistic because not only are there people not understanding and being dismayed, there are people who, because of the rhetoric of the president over the last 4 years, because of carelessness and other reasons. Oh, hey, Artie, thank you so much for saying these things. Because of all of this, people now are literally talking about being up in arms, talking about civil war, talking about it's a us versus them. It is a good versus evil. It is black and white, and it is dangerous and violent. So as much as I woke up and I saw it had been called, and I did rejoice because again, this was a bully. And it meant that that my the school bullies that picked on me won, and it meant that that friends and family were made to be less than whole and less than human. There was no room for unity. It was all divisive. I was so excited this morning, and yet I am very nervous, and I don't think that we can necessarily. I want to leave you with a note, which is that this is not a fully done thing. We should be a little somber still because much damage has been done. there's still unrest. The work of all of us is only just beginning, and and we've got a long way to go, and really, and really, truthfully, we don't even know how ugly it's going to get. Okay, so we need to remain cautious, motivated by good, and able to communicate with those around us in some way. I don't know how. So again, I'm making this video. I'm going to make a video. I've talked a little bit about, again, it's going to be this pendulum between people who say, hey, it's just another election. We just all need to be friends after this. And people who say, yeah, but you were actively voting for someone and endorsing someone that was hurting me. Where is, where's the truth between those two things? And then I shared the beginnings. There's in politics, maybe we're trying to get to this ideal, and there's a couple of circuitous routes to get there. When we're talking, but see, we haven't been talking about policy. We haven't been talking about policy. The last 4 years hasn't been about policy. It's been about character or lack thereof. It's been about hyperbole. So what I'm going to suggest is that once we get into policy, I think we can do a much better job. And frankly, yeah, no, neither the Republican platform or the Democrat platform fully represents what I would want to see in a candidate. But going forward, this is spoiler. This is a big part of what I want to share with people. Is I put personally a premium on character, because I think that a good, oddly enough, I think a good person will be able to accomplish more than someone even with a platform I fully agree with. Because a good person's going to, if you take the Maslow hierarchy of needs, are you familiar with this? The Maslow hierarchy of needs is an interesting thing. I wonder if I could pull it up real quick and share it on stream. I'm going to do that real quick. So bear with me as I pull this up. But we'll get into that in a second. I'll pull up Maslow, and then I'm going to get to some chat, because there's a lot of good stuff here. I want to get back to that. I kind of go off on some tangents here, but we're going to get back to this Maslow's hierarchy of needs real quick. Okay. Boom. Let's see here. Sloth says, I genuinely am not used to having political talks in Twitch chats, but I truly believe I enjoy talking my opinion, but personally get scared people will turn me away from themselves, even if it's an open conversation. So sorry if I'm not active. Sloth, no problem. For all of you, by the way, that's part of the problem. See, we should be able to discuss these things. Again, if I'm talking about these, if I'm playing a game, it's probably not the right time to talk about big things like this, because then, I'm distracted and I might miss things. People in chat might be, arguing amongst themselves, and not the classical sense. I don't want that. I want this to be a comfortable place for everyone. We should be able to talk about and discern what is the best path forward. And that's how you also, if we are willing and open to have our minds changed and informed, I mean, that's what it's all about right there. Actually, I may read you something as well, which is talking about discerning in political elections. And I think that the point in that is, again, we ought to be open to growth and our worldview being challenged. And I think that, unfortunately, we just really aren't that much these days. So, but in terms of just being able to talk about stuff like this, whether it's religion, politics, etc., I want you to feel like you can say it here. And though I may disagree with you, and there's a possibility I do, right? Or that others here do, we should be in a place where we can say, I'm not sure I see it that way. Let me think about that. I'm not sure. And maybe at the end, I don't know that I would agree. Say what? Okay. All right. So now, Sloth, thank you. Sloth says, I agree with you so much. I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Do you think we vote for the person or the platform or both? Chrono says. Uh, Great question. Great question. I think it's different for different people. I think that for the president, we tend to vote. I tend to vote person. I think so. But see, I was formed, politically around the time of when Bill Clinton was president. And the talk was the president needed to be a man of character. In fact, Bill Clinton being impeached really, it wasn't about something that, it was about lying about something that was not directly related to his policy or his position as president. Okay, but ultimately in so many ways. The narrative at that time it was all about character, that the leader of the United States needed to be a person of character. So that really rings true to me, in that I look now and I say, yeah, absolutely, we need a person of character. Uh, Great show, West Wing, right? You know, man, I know staunch Republicans who will watch that show and man, if only he was president. It was a Democrat in the show, staunchly Democrat, but a staunch Republican can say, yeah, you know. So character matters, but I do see platform. Platform obviously is a big piece, and I think that in terms of Trump, the people for whom I'm a little more willing to give some leeway. It's hard, but the people who said, for me, this is all about the Republican platform against abortion, that it is the quote pro-life party. Never mind the fact that this is also the president who brought back the death penalty after decades. So there's that we have to deal with. This is we could probably have a whole other video about the hypocrisy around the last 4 years, and that's been really difficult. Again, I'm saying all these things, by the way. Don't take what I say as gospel truth here on this. I'm reflecting now because what I was going to say is I don't think this is a normal presidential election. I hope you all have a very positive time of a positive experience with elections. I hope all of us have a positive experience with elections going forward. There will come a time. I don't think that I will probably be as overt about who I have voted for and whatnot, but I'm doing it now because I think it's worth doing. I don't know if it is or not. I hope you don't mind me doing it. I also recognize that there's probably some people, maybe some friends of Manna, who are going to come in and very likely leave and probably unfollow because of what I'm talking about. I saw a lot of famous people, whether it were, they were like famous in the sense of actors and actresses or famous in the sense of YouTube stars. A lot of people showing their political persuasion, and it was at times a little tough to understand. But but be that as it may, I'm sharing this now again, trying to, I guess, just process, but also share some of what I think might be helpful to reflect on. Okay. So some people will vote platform because of a particular, a main hot topic, something that they really have to vote on. It's maybe it's the primary thing that they vote on. Okay. And you can, I think it's dangerous to oversimplify and say that this is the defining thing. You just have to vote because of this. Okay. Because let's be honest, we're living in a very imperfect world with very imperfect government. And we talk about, I think the Democrat Party has done a horrible job of defining what it means on the pro-choice part of its platform. It really hasn't defined it well, and I think one might probably assume it's safe to say that no one really wants to see abortion happening. I think that's true. I know I don't. I know I don't. And so I don't know that I can make a blanket statement here. But I'm gonna, and I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm talking about all this. It's a big thing. I don't think anyone wants to see abortion happening. I don't think anyone sees it as a good thing. I hope anyway. I don't I don't think it's a good thing. And there's plenty of evidence to support that. And so I believe life should be protected and sacred from conception and natural death. Okay, so that's eliminating death penalty right there. That's eliminating doctor-assisted suicide. Obviously, that's eliminating abortion. That's eliminating, yeah, but it's also making sure that a person is given what they need to have a healthy life. Okay. And so what I see so often is almost like in the Republican platform, it's oh, outlaw abortion. Done. Pro-life. It doesn't stop there is the problem. It doesn't, okay? But on the other side, you have the Democrat Party ensure that everyone is given the means for universal health care, that no one is living in poverty if we can assist one another, if we can redistribute to make things work and do that. And yet, abortion. It's all about choice. Ugh, okay, I know I'm really diving in with this one, but my point is, I think a lot of good people said, "Hey, the Republican Party, Trump, the party of Trump, despite Trump not being a very good example of a pro-life person, that's how they voted because it came down to that." Now, so I don't know. I don't have an answer. I can't tell you. There are people they say that's just it. You just cannot vote otherwise. I don't think it's as easy as that. Unfortunately, it's not. Ooh, Jermaine, yeah, this is very difficult. So, hey, Jermaine, yeah. So we start getting into really complicated matters that way. That's why I think again we need to have dialogue and we need to work through and have real, actual conversations and not make it a us versus them, evil versus good kind of thing. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of stuff happening in chat. Let me cool down for a second, everybody. I just want to catch up. I don't usually say that, but hang on just a moment. Let me. Oh gosh, I'm not collaborating. Why does it always say stuff like this? Mighty Rock Pop. Thank you so much for that follow. Let me make sure that I don't understand why it's doing that. My MT. Oh, it is on a timer right now. That's weird. Shouldn't have been. I think I fixed it. Okay. Let me catch up real quick. I'm still back. I hope that answers your question, Chrono. That was for you. Okay. Slaw says, I can't fathom it either, Art of Mana. I like they showed so many bully traits. I tried to see their point of view because I always tried to if possible, but I genuinely couldn't. That was, of course, referring to Donald Trump. And yeah. Ardelia, thanks again for being here and for liking what you're hearing. Memory Martin says, I just started reading this book. I don't mean to get off topic. It's a good resource for the Autism Safe Space Passion Project. It's a book called The Conscious Parent's Guide to Autism by Mark Leibowitz, OT. I'm hoping to get some more sources and hopefully get started on building the site later this year. Nice. Great news indeed, like Dash says. Memory Martin just started reading it. It's good for even people who aren't parents like me. I might even read with my dad on parts I don't understand. I was never good at breaking down what an author is trying to convey in their books. That can be tough sometimes. Twitchy Berry says some of the issues are hard, but the big picture is hard to take in fully. People focus on their own situation too much and not the greater ultimate good. Compassion is better suited in these areas. All people are hopelessly flawed. Well, yeah. I have something I'll share with you in a moment, too. I have been heard on both sides of the aisle, Hamabe Boy says, but I tend to align with one because the other side pushes an agenda that threatens my life and the lives of people I know. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So I have become suspicious of anyone who professes a certain ideology because I will always have in the back of my mind, is this the type of person who will join the mob that comes for me? Leanne Mirabelle, thank you so much for being here. I don't know if you're still here. I know we are talking about some tough stuff, but it's good to have you here. Barry, things are very polarized now, more so than in most points in the last century. Dash again saying this is, as much as this is a victory, the real work is only beginning. The ideology is a spectrum, but also demands wholesale allegiance in many crucial spaces of our society. But to a large extent, it exists in the rhetoric and in the policy. I'm going to skip a few comments here. I'm just going to read them, see if there's something I want to highlight. But I thank you for sharing all these wonderful comments. Mary Martin, that book sounds really cool. Barry says the hierarchy of needs is horribly flawed. Let's come back to that in a moment. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're also, I mean, you know, I'm not an expert on it. You probably know more about than I do. But you're not wrong. It is very flawed. There's different versions of it, though. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. You might know more. You probably know more than me. Let's see here. The rhetoric is a strategic diversion from policy, Hamabe Boy says. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful way of putting it. Beautiful. That might work its way into my video. It's a cover for the policy making that's been going on that people are not aware of because we're more attentive to the rhetoric. We lose sight of the policies that have real impacts on people. And, might I add, a very real lack of policy in some areas. There's just flat out places where there is no answer, right? I mean, you know, repeal and replace, and yet, you know, oh, we have a plan. It'll be ready in a week. It'll be 3 weeks later. It'll be ready in a week. 4 weeks later. You know. Oh, Barry says the Maslow's hierarchy of needs places the self as the ultimate goal, which is disastrous. Ooh. Okay. Let me suggest a reframing of it for you that you might appreciate. It's how I interpret it. I can totally see that. That makes perfect sense. I totally see that. Let me try reframing that, though, in just a moment. But I'm going to keep going through. I'm way behind on chat. So I'm going to just try and get down to the bottom, make sure there's nothing that's pressing, and then we'll get into the Maslow piece in a moment here. My voice says we can't function democratically if we, as citizens, are so disconnected from the discussion on policy. Okay. My voice says to Mary Martin, if you do put that book stuff up, please let me know on Twitch or YouTube. I'm not on Discord. Mary Martin says that she'll put it on Twitch. Might even start it after I finish my Isle of Armor blind run. So I think the plan is to stream it. That's pretty cool. Chrono says, I'm okay with tough conversations. I may doze off. I think it might be worth it to have a bit of soft music in the background, but maybe that would take away from the discussion. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea, is just have a little soft music, but I didn't prepare for that. I might do that, though, after I finish getting through this. If writing's the hard part, then you can make a script out of notes and then edit your video later. It doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be you. If that's what you're talking about for me, let me know. I think I'm pretty well set for making the video. I do need to do it, though, but yeah. I am actually feeling pretty confident in recording it. I think I just need the time to do it. I thought about maybe canceling the stream tonight and doing it, but I didn't. Hamabe Boy says, I know too many people who are one-issue voters no matter the person. Some issues are more important than others, Twitchy Berry says. It is good to consider all while keeping first things first. I will agree with you on that. I actually agree with both of you. The problem is that's where I think you might see it differently from different places. So that's hard. I know some people the one issue will be the pro-life issue, but again, neither neither candidate nor platform party platform really represents the depth of what pro-life ought to mean, I would say. By the way, I'm sure I am scaring many people by talking about this. If you want to know more of my thoughts about pro-life, what that means, I mean, I am a Catholic, so there are some good resources. Now, I will say there are some bad resources out there too, but there's a lot of good Catholic resources about what that means. So it should not be something that is that you can't find some answers on what I'm thinking. I'm not going to go into it now. It's also not an area of expertise for me, and it's also something. Again, I think the biggest thing I've learned as I've gotten older is that so many things have nuance that is difficult to speak universally and make broad statements. Okay, so that's the thing. People always have choice, but what will the government promote? Ooh, Barry, if you're talking, I think that might have been talking pro-life. Good point. Yeah, are we actually promoting these things, right? I voted for Joe Jorgensen, J Main says. Jermaine woke up very happy because Biden won. Mentise asks, any thoughts on the victory of Biden? Oh my gosh, we've been talking about all of this. It's all been, the whole thing. Boy, I'm so far behind here, everybody. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being patient with me. Pokemon communities make me think of American politics, Maui Boy says. This one animated ORAS parody. What is ORAS? ORAS. I should know that. It's a Pokemon thing, but I don't remember. Anyway, it's a parody, portrayed them as a mob of white nationalists, so triggering, but the tone and rhetoric was pretty spot on for a YouTube comment section. I'm so confused. I missed something in there. Cronus says that they're getting sleepy and going to head out. One positive thing I'll say, people get serious about voting and cared about this election, right? Artie says, I honestly feel a big weight has lifted with the winner of this election. It is so refreshing to hear Biden talk and actually make sense. He cares about our country, and it's not all about him. My goodness, yeah. And something worth noting, everybody, because some people have been quick to jump on gaffes, things said, maybe, tripping on words, things like that. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is ORAS. There we go. So many people are quick to jump on Biden, for things where he'll talk, he'll trip on his words, he'll mess up. Something that my wife had to share with me, and I went, oh yeah. She goes, I have to remind myself, he grew up, he has a stutter. He's a man with a stutter. Okay. He's always had that. He's learned to deal with it and cope with it, but he has a stutter. So anyway, something to remember here. If you hear that, but he is a very excellent speaker, actually, I think is good. Matsky, whoever President, God's still in control and he's still the king of the universe. Boom. I love it. Love it. That is true. That's true. Hamad Boy says, Barry, I missed reading some of your comments. They're excellent points. I'm not that familiar with the hierarchy of needs, so I won't argue. I'll get up to that in a moment. Wait, did I miss something too? About Z hierarchy of needs, or was that like Z hierarchy of needs? I don't know. Jermaine, you're Catholic? Right on. Yeah, me too. I am. Mighty Rock Pop asks, do American Catholics do the sign of the cross? We do indeed. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. A perfect prayer. When you can't think of anything else to say, that's always a good one. Um, if we could only do all things that way. Z hierarchy was a typo. Okay. Barry the Boy, hello. Are we sure he's in control because the last 10 months have been kind of out of control? I love it. I love it. Okay. Matsky, well done. Matsky, I love Biden. I don't like his decisions in life. Okay. Well, look, I think we have to be careful. I think we have to be careful because I think there is an awful lot that was built up to vilify Biden, and frankly, most of it unfounded. Now, I will say this, and a lot of people forget this, but and we don't know the heart of a person. I think you can, though, and this is what I want to talk about. You can know something by its fruit. You can know a tree by its fruits. Okay, and in terms of Biden, I think what you see are pretty good fruits. Okay. These alleged text messages show a father caring for his son. We know he attends mass regularly. Now, you might say his position on abortion under the Democratic platform is wrong. Okay. Fine. You might say that he has made mistakes in his life. Fine. But I think what you see by the fruits of his life shows someone to have been a pretty good man. Okay, I think I can say that comfortably. And by contrast, I think if you look at Donald Trump, what are his fruits? And you see a very different picture. Okay, and I think we have confirmed evidence of lying, cheating, adultery. Actually, you know what? Just everything. Just everything. Okay, it's just not good. It's not good. I hope he's in heaven. I hope he gets to heaven. Okay, might have a nice long talk in heaven. I hope he does. And I think that his life, his background, and even the privilege that led him to a place where I don't think he does deeply reflect, all plays into it. And I think we have a merciful God, and I could see Donald Trump getting into heaven. I can. But wow, what a stark contrast in terms of talking about someone who has done good things. But you're right. God knows the heart of a person. Indeed, that is right. Okay. Barry the Boy says, I'm serious. In my 40 years of life, I've never seen anything like this. It's kind of scary. It is. It is. Okay. So real quickly, Maslow hierarchy of needs. Let me see if I have, gosh, I'm trying to find a thing here. Okay, this is a pretty decent one. Let me do this. Hold on a second, everybody. We're gonna try something here. I think I can make this work. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. We can make this work. But I just need to adjust a couple of things. So bear with. Fenny Lady, hello. Much of what he does is to please his party. I don't like the flat refusal to answer big questions about his intentions. Twitchy Barry, if you're referring to packing the court, which is the one big thing I've seen him refuse to reveal. I believe the reason he was doing that, and I think it was a calculated move and probably a smart one at that. It was done because that was a blatant attempt to then have something for Trump to spin a narrative out of. And you know what? I kind of do wish that we knew. I wish that he had told us, but I also I do think that it was very disingenuous of Trump to ask that, and so I don't feel like we needed to know. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see that happen. I don't think we're going to see that happen. Interesting that we had such hypocrisy around the Supreme Court nominee, though, when Obama left many, many months, or within many months of an election, declined to nominate anyone to the Supreme Court. And this was obviously something that Republicans were very adamant about. And then when the rules are flipped, they push through a nominee. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know enough about her to Coney Barrett. What's her first name? I'm blanking on it right now. I don't know. I'm just trying to. I can't think right now. Amy Coney Barrett. Comey Barrett. Amy Comey Barrett, I believe. Okay. Oh no, Matsky, I'm sorry. Amy Comey Barrett. Thank you, J-Main. Okay, hold on a second, everybody. I'm having a little bit of a hard time here. I'm trying to find display capture. That's what I needed. I needed to throw my display capture in here so that I could. Oh boy. What have I done? Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Okay, hold on. I gotta redo this here. Display capture. Boom. We're gonna do display 2. Boom. We're gonna drop the transform, copy transform, paste transform. I got a little distracted here and a little ahead of myself, and there we go. Boom. Now we got it all working. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Okay, let's switch over to this Maslow real quick. We're gonna do the old snapping fingers trick, and boop, and it it failed horribly. I don't know what happened there. Sometimes it does that. Okay, this is this is an article, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now this pretty recent here. This is the it's a motivational theory in psychology comprising of a 5-tier model of human needs, often depicted as hierarchical levels within a pyramid. Okay, the idea is, first of all, a takeaway from this article, which I actually read just recently, is that there's another pyramid. Okay, first of all, this is not the only one. This is the 5 steps that were kind of originally outlined. I think there's 7 later. Also, you don't need to get all of these before you get to the next step. But the idea is, in summation, these physiological needs, food, water, warmth, rest, these are basic needs. And if these aren't met, it is very difficult to be even considering your safety needs of security, safety, or intimate relationships and friends, or prestige and feeling of accomplishment, or achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. Okay, it's hard to be your fullest self-actualized self if you are starving or sleep deprived. Okay, right. So the idea is you kind of focus on these things going up. So you get these needs met or satisfied more or less, okay, and then you move up to the next thing to consider, okay. Summary: human beings are motivated by a hierarchy of needs. Needs are organized in a hierarchy of prepotency in which more basic needs must be more or less met, rather than all or none prior to higher needs. The order of needs is not rigid, but instead may be flexible based on external circumstances or individual differences. Okay, so again, it's not like this is just a one size fits all. Most behavior is multi-motivated, that is simultaneously determined by more than one basic need. So this is imperfect, okay? There's an expanded hierarchy of needs, okay? So there's a 7 or even an 8-stage model, both developed during the 1960s and 70s. This includes now cognitive needs, aesthetic needs, and transcendence needs. Cognitive being knowledge, understanding, curiosity, etc. Aesthetic being appreciation for beauty, balance, form, and transcendence. A person is motivated by values which transcend beyond the personal self. There you go, Twitchy Berry. That's one of the things I wanted to share with you. This could be your religious faith aspect right there. Now, there's more to it that I want to actually get to that I'm going to try and reframe this with, but this is what a new model might look like with transcendence at the top instead of self-actualization. However, I want to come back to this in a second. Well, actually, now's a good time. See, I would actually argue that that the self-actualization could also be defined as becoming your most authentic self, and your most authentic self is what I would call the person God intends you to be. So that would be somebody who is cooperating with God's plan for their lives, which brings about the most amount of joy in your life, as well as allowing you to work for the benefit of others as well, helping build the kingdom of God. So to me, self-actualization is, I would code that language, that word, as becoming the person God made you to be. Saint Irenaeus, the glory of God is the human being fully alive. Okay, I would say that's about being your most authentic and truest self. Kaylin, no way. 30 months.
It was I who allowed your rebel friends to subscribe to your channel.
Thank you so much. That is super cool. Oh my gosh.
Heyo Mana D.
Can we get some appreciation for Kaylin in the chat? Could you throw some emotes and things in there? And Kaylin Gaming, thank you so much. I am so happy you're here. I'm gonna throw a couple of cheers your way, and apparently some PogChamps, because that was under my cheers somehow. Okay, well, there we go. So yeah, the growth of self-actualization refers to the need for personal growth and discovery that is present throughout a person's life. For Maslow, a person is always becoming, never remains static in these terms. In self-actualization, a person comes to find meaning to life that is important to them. Now, again, faith is where I would put that. But this, I think, is really interesting. This is something I wanted to talk about. We're talking about fruits, okay? So I think characteristics of self-actualizers and behavior leading to self-actualization. I found this list absolutely fascinating when I was going through it. Characteristics of self-actualizers. This is, mind you, these are characteristics. Oh gosh, there's like a, did I fix? Oh, my light got knocked over there. That probably isn't good. There we go, fix that. Kind of, I gotta do more. Okay, so this is a list of what fruits, essentially, you could see in someone who is self-actualized. Can you see this all okay? Let me see if I can't make this a little bigger. Boom, I can. It's actually easy to do. Characteristics of self-actualizers. They perceive reality efficiently and can tolerate uncertainty. Whoa! Mommy boy!
I've actualized myself. I'm an actual person.
I love you, man. Thank you so much, Hamabe boy. I appreciate that. 7 months. Wow. Holy macaroni. That's great. Hey, Kaylin and Hamabe boy, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. More sub hype indeed. Twitchy Berry says our needs should not be the basis for our view of ourselves. No, 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 no. So Twitchy Berry, see. I don't. Again, I'm not a. I am not. Oh, hold on a second. Matsky. Good. Okay. Matsky is just telling me about, and then this was in chat probably, but talking about a friend who's been depressed and feeling suicidal. He jumped in a call, prayed, told him he's valued, God loves him, sent him the suicide hotline phone number, told him to let me know anything good, bad news, and anything else, and if he wants to play. Matsky, and just was this Fenny Lady? You think you can change your title to political talk for a bit until you're done with it? Don't know if Fenny Lady is still here. I'm sorry if this is offending you. I feel like this is just what is the title right now? I think it's just chatting and hold on. Let me look real quick. Late night, early fall. It's just kind of a general thing. I mean, I don't know. I suppose I could change it to that, but I also don't want to invite in people who might use this or see that and want to sort of jump on it. So Fenny, I'm sorry if you are uncomfortable with the topic. I hope that you don't feel that way. If you're still here, I hope that you're finding what we're talking about interesting. But yeah, I think this is, I don't want anyone to kind of come around and then be like, oh, you're talking about politics. Well, this is what I think, and they invite trolls and things that way. And also, I kind of want to leave it open because we are talking about a few other things as well. But yeah. Matsky, I would just encourage you also to really think about, is there a plan? And I would actually encourage you to reach out to that suicide hotline number if you haven't already, depending on your level of expertise, or probably none of us are experts, but depending on your level of comfort with dealing with people with suicidal ideation, reaching out to that hotline can be a really excellent thing for you as well. That's what they're there for. And they can assist you with a plan that can really help. And really, if your buddy is in fact in danger of committing suicide, I would encourage you to reach out and make those calls, the necessary calls, call emergency, etc. It is okay to do that. It is for safety. People who are experiencing suicidal ideation, more often than not, it's like they are unhealthy. It is like being sick, and we don't blame the infirm for being sick. We help them and give them what they need to heal. That is why you call experts. So I would just encourage you on that. Okay. But yeah, I like this. Being able to tolerate uncertainty, I certainly am. I think hopefully you've heard, I say that, I'm like, I'm self-actualized. That's not what I was trying to say. Hopefully what you've heard, though, is that I certainly I strive for these things, but I tend to be all right with uncertainty, and I think there's a level of me not knowing about things and about the way the world works that I'm much more okay with now than I used to be, okay? We accept is this like Freudian slips or something? What am I? Okay, characteristics of self-actualizers. They accept themselves and others for what they are. They're spontaneous in thought and action. They are problem-centered, not self-centered. Now, see, that's another thing. See, that's kind of going right back there, Twitchy Berry. That's why I think that's an interesting point. I don't... See, these aren't... We do have needs, is the thing. I think that what they've said is that it's not a perfect, level up. You got this down, now you do this. It's not a roadmap, okay? But it's giving a sort of general idea of what do we need to provide or make sure that a person has in order for them to make it to a healthy, kind of full, happy, healthy, self-actualized person. This is, I almost look at this, the Maslow hierarchy of needs, as more helpful to me for others than for me for myself. If I were to look at this and say, well, do I have this? Let me check. Do I have that? Oh, okay. Tomorrow I'm going to make sure that I get this need met. It probably wouldn't be so helpful. But for me, it's helpful to look at it and say, this person who's struggling, well, gee, it's kind of like the ACEs, assessment, or that's looking at what trauma is in the past. It tends to then demonstrate why someone might be in a situation or a state of mind that they're in. It gives reasoning, and it gives you some help, some pathways for help. So many contradicting psychologies out there. Well, yeah, yeah, Twitchy Barry, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, Hamabe Boy says, YouTube comment section, you don't like the way I do? Writes death threats and racial slurs, dislikes and unsubscribes. Unsubscribes, yeah. This is definitely not a YouTube comment section. This is the most civil and mindful chat I've had online today, Hamabe Boy says. Thank you so much. Memory Martin says, looks like my viewers are really interested in the live book read. Yay, nice. You have a very positive and encouraging community. Okay, so let's keep going here. Unusual sense of humor. Do I have that? Probably. Able to look at life objectively. Highly creative. Resistant to enculturation, but not purposefully unconventional. Concerned for the welfare of humanity. Capable of deep appreciation of basic life experience. Establish deep, satisfying interpersonal relationships with a few people, which, by the way, I want to encourage you. I've talked about this before. They're friends of mana. I know friend can be, bandied around so much and everything like that. But to be honest, I only have a handful of really close, intimate friends, and I say this, it's tough. My voice says, Artiman, your sense of humor is not the usual. But, to me, if we sort of think, oh, well, I've got 1,500 friends of mana, or 1,500 friends. Well, but how many really close relationships do I have? And we don't need that many. We're only able to really have about 4 or 5 is what I think the last studies I was reading. Peak experiences, need for privacy, democratic attitudes, and strong moral ethical standards. So that is a self-actualized person. Now, behavior leading to self-actualization would be experiencing life like a child with full absorption and and concentration. Trying new things instead of sticking to safe plans. Listening to your own feelings and evaluating experiences instead of the voice of tradition, authority, or the majority. Avoiding pretense, game playing, and being honest. I try to do this. Being prepared to be unpopular if your views do not coincide with those of the majority. Also, just the fact that I'm taking a risk to talk about politics on my stream, I fully suspect I will lose a few followers tonight for people who come in and go, "Oh, he's talking about politics. Oh, he doesn't think like me." And I mean, I hate to say that, but I mean, and I'm not talking. I think the people, I think those of you who come and have gotten to know me well enough that this isn't going to color your opinion one way or another. But I do think there are people who don't know me for whom this might be very off-putting, and I don't blame them. I don't do this. By the way, I don't do this all the time. I really don't. We'll do this is turning into the video. Man, I might just post this or edit it down or change some things. I don't know. Yeah. Trying new things instead of sticking to safe paths, listening to your own feelings and evaluating experiences instead of the voice of tradition, authority, or the majority. Okay. Avoiding pretense, game playing. Oh, I already did that. There we go. Taking responsibility and working hard. Yeah. Trying to identify your defenses and having the courage to give them up. Okay. So there we go. So I find that helpful. I do. I don't know if this is, no, it's not perfect. But I think that these things are helpful. Now, Again, there's critical evaluation here if you want to go. There's a lot of stuff that I read here. Am I an expert? No. I basically have read this article. It's a good article. That's not research. There's a PDF. Oh, I forgot. I should have just pulled up the PDF for this. Oh, yeah. There's notes and things like that. So this is not bad. This is I mean, I would encourage you to do this. It's actually a pretty decent thing. But, oh, and here's some, 201 comments. Is it good? Probably not. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. It's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You can check that out if you are so inclined. But yeah, reading the article is no, well, not really, not really. So I mean, well, actually, that article a little bit maybe because that article actually is academic. But Googling something is not research. So yeah, you're right. Actually, Seth. That probably is, it does count a bit more because it's an academic article. But yes, anyway, be that as it may, you know what I'm talking about, I think. Do I know what I'm talking about? Probably not. Okay, let me just adjust a few things here and we'll get going on that. Okay, done. Maslow's done. We don't need that. Boom. Okay. It's not research if you don't search it again. That's right. For Dietis, hello. I'm so sorry I missed you there. Okay, everybody. Okay. So, well, that was a thing. We've talked for a long time. I think it's time that I'm going to open it up to you. Actually, here's what I want to do. Any questions? Anything that you want to, bring up? Any questions at this point? Maybe we just take a minute or two and address those things, and then there's a part of me that kind of almost wants to take like a Discord caller, if you're interested. I just like a quick question if you want to kind of come in, and ask something on there, you could. But I think we also could move on to a game now. I have the Switch fired up. I have my computer fired up. We could play a little Super Mario Brothers 35, a little Animal Crossing, a little Fall Guys, a little Spelunky. Lots of different things. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, Seth says. I have to say that. Okay, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Twitchy Bear wants some Super Mario 35. That would be pretty good. Hamabi Boy asks what my favorite color is. Green, blue, teal. Yeah. By the way, a couple of... Ooh, what is this? Metal Ryan Gaming, thank you. Now you can edit this all down to a YouTube video. And I don't even have to make a YouTube video. I'll see. I kind of want to do a little... I don't know. We'll see. If it's not green, then dislike and unsubscribe. I think I've got to sort of finish that script and try and keep this one to the point, because I want to keep it. Otherwise, I think people will lose interest. I think this format, the rambling, works. It's one of the nice things about streaming, but for videos, people want something a little more focused. I think generally, could be wrong. I mean, otherwise you could just listen to this, and then that's a thing. I got to go to studio mode for a moment and pull out that display capture. Done. That's out of there. So we could do a little bit of Mario 35. Let's just do it. It seems popular. Yeah, that's what I do. When I stream, I have the gameplay unobstructed, and then I use that for the game footage on my YouTube videos. Oh, that's cool, Seth. I thought you scripted everything out, actually. All right, we're gonna go ahead and okay, I'm gonna leave you with one last thing. So I already said I'm gonna do reflection on the election, or reflections on elections, but I'm also thinking about doing reflections on selections as a review series. I also actually kind of thought about titling. I almost titled the stream this. I almost tweeted this. I almost thought about making the video this, but I was going to say the leaves may have fallen, but democracy has not. The thing is, actually, I spent a good chunk of this morning after I heard the news, and I think I said this at the very start. It's worth saying again. I did not stream this morning because I thought people were just getting news of this. Many people were processing it. I also didn't want to kind of jump into a game and then have people that sort of derail the stream or ask me questions I wasn't prepared to answer. So I kind of dove into this stream with the intent of doing something on this topic. And sorry again to Fenny Lady for a topic that that she didn't feel comfortable with. I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. I do think it's important to talk about. So maybe a little warning might have been good. I know some people are trying to get away from these things, but anyway. Okay, are we ready? Just about. Let me fire up Super Mario 35, and there we go. Done. Jermaine, I like the politics talk. Thank you so much. Mary Martin says, 8-Bit Dad, 7DC, that's something I plan on doing. I don't remember if I said this in the interview, but I want to make digital diary entries, where I basically record some game footage and then record the voiceover after to figure out what I want to talk about. Cool. Let's do it, Dash says. Oh, you know what I didn't do, though? I had the wrong controller. Get my Super Nintendo controller here. Gotta get this. But that means I'm going to have to go out and I'm doing a little driving. Hey, speaking of driving, I should have done this when when I had my screen up. But actually, really cool. Oops. There's a driving cab that Arcade 1-Up announced. So it's an Outrun series cabinet, which is really cool. Super thrilled about that.
Thanks for hosting.
Thank you so much for that. So yeah, if you're interested, check out Arcade 1-Up's website. Man, there's too much good stuff coming out. Some stuff also, I feel like almost making a video on Arcade 1-Up because there's some stuff that I'm not very happy about. Ooh, Seth does not know about this. So let me talk more about it. But Arcade 1-Up has been putting out a lot of stuff. I think it's probably in response to COVID. They have this controller HDMI hub quick game thing. It could have been better, I think. The controller looks shoddy and stuff. J-Main asks if I'll ever do politics talk another time or if this was the only one. I'm sure I'll do it again, but I don't, I don't know when. I do a lot of stuff around here, So, Arcade 1-Up. Let's talk about that. Arcade 1-Up has put out this little Pac-Man and Mega Man kind of mini console thing. They've put out these giant joysticks things. They're doing this infinity table Kickstarter it's essentially a coffee table with a bunch of games from Hasbro and Atari on it. They're also putting out a little Pong unit. Kind of, I don't know, I feel like they're going a little off-brand. And I think their arcade cabinets are not all of the latest ones have been quite there for me. I do have an interest in the Gauntlet one, or not the Gauntlet, the Golden Axe, but I just know I'm not going to have the space or the money for it, so it's not what I'm planning on getting. I do really like the pinball machines, the virtual pinball machines that they have, that they announced. They have Attack from Mars, a Marvel, and a Star Wars pinball cabinet. I think if I could, I'd love to get a Star Wars one someday. But also, they announced, finally, a driving cabinet. It was sort of a real soft announcement, a little bit underwhelming, but yes, it is an Outrun cabinet. It looks very similar to the Star Wars sit-down cabinet. The idea... Oh gosh, what did I just do? That was lame. The idea is that, you have this sit-down cabinet, and then, it doesn't have a riser, and then you just have this bench on it. So that's what they have, and it's a little bit different shape than the Star Wars one. The Star Wars one matched the Star Wars cabinet. This also isn't quite the shape of their usual cabinets. It almost, well, obviously they have to accommodate a steering wheel and a two-line shifter. But yeah, it looks really, really nice. It's got 4 titles on it. Great titles, the Outrun series, plus what's the little karting one? I always forget the name of it. And you know, if it's good, it's great. They're planning on a standing one as well. The foot pedals are a little interesting. Some people have said maybe they might not be comfortable. I actually sat down at my Star Wars cabinet and approximated where the pedals would be and where the steering wheel would be, and tried to kind of determine if I'd feel that was comfortable. I actually felt like it was way more comfortable than I thought it would be. So I think I might get the sit down one at some point if I can, and I'd probably trade out then my Galaga Galaxian cabinet. Although I actually have been finding myself firing that up quite a lot over the last couple of weeks. And I've been getting a high score in Galaga, Galaxian, actually. Galaxian, I actually like Galaxian better than Galaga, I think. So, anyways, there's that. Oh gosh, so many things in chat here, but you know how it goes when I'm when I'm playing this game. I gotta kind of concentrate. But the Outrun game, it looks really solid. It's got a great looking wheel. And that's the important thing. I like how it's mounted. Yeah, I'm pretty optimistic about it. I think it's really a great thing. I also actually really, you know, that and the Star Wars Pinball are definitely the 2 that I'd love to get. I have been looking at some other things from like At Games. The At Games Legends have been getting a lot of great press lately, surprisingly, because At Games really was notorious for a long time. But I think that they kind of missed... Well, it's a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none situation, and they may have missed a little bit of the mark, where Arcade 1-Up has really pushed to have haptic feedback. They've been working with Zen. They've been really making sure their virtual pinball feels like the real deal, where I think that Arcade 1-Up, At Games, they sort of have made a unit. Now they have a pinball unit as well, but they've sort of made just a box that will do stuff. And you can play the pinball games on the other Arcade Legends Ultimate machines. So even the little dongle one they have now with the Bluetooth or wired controller. So I think they're looking at it like, hey, we can play pinball games on here. You know, Arcade 1-Up is really trying to replicate the arcade or the pinball experience more. Again, I don't have my hands on either of these. I haven't played them. They're probably pretty similar. There is real glass on the At Games one versus the Plexi on Arcade 1-Up. That's something to consider. Definitely would have probably been nice to have had glass on the Arcade 1-Up. But I also, you know, feel like Arcade 1-Up does tend to cut corners there, and it's not too surprising, so it's just what it is. Anyway, yeah, Scooter is saying something they want to get. Matsky has been wanting something. What is it? Oh, Aki? I don't even know. Can't quite see. I couldn't quite catch up on chat on that. Anyway, yeah, so Seth, check it out. Check out their website. I also am really interested in... Oh, Matsky, Aki is a Christian streamer? Nice. Awesome. Matsky, I'm grateful that you've come and we've gotten to know each other. I think it's pretty cool. Aki and Peach. Aw. So how is everyone doing? Thanks for letting me chat for so long and just kind of go through everything, you know? Oh, man, I'm telling you. It's been a long one, hasn't it? Hadn't it? How's everyone doing? By the way, oh, you know what? Shout outs to Artelia. Her October Inktober was awesome. You can check out all her tweets. I've tried to like all of them. I don't know if I've liked all of them or if I'm missing a few. Anyway, regardless, check them out. Really great stuff. Artie is a cool person. Great friends. So, Scooter, I love it. Yeah, we need to play some Animal Crossing together. I got to get you on Isle Man Alive as well. I think I've got Yodestein and you in the queue. So you're making it Scootland, like Scotland. So you really need to get Gulliver to send you the Scottish traditional hat that I so carelessly sold because I am not a smart man sometimes. I gotta get that one back. I'm really hoping to find it. But boy, if I got 2, I would give you 1 for sure. Yeah! A little bit scared there. You're still looking for a Mortal Kombat arcade 1-up machine, getting hard to find, Scooter says. Yeah, those are, they're available on the website, but yeah. Artie says, thanks, it was for the birds. Yeah, I loved that. I thought it was a great way to theme it, and I loved seeing the Animal Crossing characters too on a few of them, and yeah, it turned out really great. And yes, Scooter, I agree. Artie is the best. Artie also, just a little thing I'm gonna say. Artie sent me a really kind message this morning. I don't know if you all know this, but I know I'm not always the best at staying in touch or visiting other people's streams or or messaging, but when someone I've gotten to know sends me a message, no matter what it is, even if it's 1Hi30 sending me a good morning, or if it's Artie sending me the message this morning, reminiscing on some past things, honestly, it really makes me happy. And Artie asked, how my family and I were doing. Actually, I feel like I might just answer that now, if you don't mind, because I think a lot of you would want to know. I am waiting to hear back on a job application I sent out. I applied for a position at a library. I'm really hoping that I get the position. It would be not full-time, but it would maybe allow me to do more streaming, to become a deacon, and then maybe I'm even looking at down the line, what if I was doing part-time library work, and then acting as maybe even a hospital chaplain. I don't know, just kind of some things to think about. But right now, that's kind of one of the things that would give me some time with family, some time to get some of these projects that have been way delayed done. Obviously, money would be an issue, but there's a lot right now that's just I need more time than money. Down the line, I'm still hoping to do that studio in the backyard, but there's like so much stuff to do. Even in this room here now, like I don't even have things totally set up the way I want it yet. So I know it's been a while. It feels like I should have had it done, but it's been a year. It's been a 2020. I will also say that there's been some kind of tough stuff going on in the family. A family member who's struggling right now, and so I would welcome any prayers for her and her family. Well, us, but especially for her mom, and yeah, it's a bit of a challenge right now. So I don't want to get too much into it, but suffice to say that it's a teenager getting into some of the things that we hope teenagers don't get into, and trying to deal with all that, trying to deal with growing up and making good choices and all that good stuff. So, this killed me one time, so I'm glad I made it through that. It's actually not an easy little section. This is a rather tough level, actually. Prayers sent, Mana. Scooter says, hey, thank you. And Iron Rusty says, I need to play more music for my mental health. I agree. Rusty, I actually, so sorry I haven't sent you something. Oh, shoot. You know what? I just realized I was going to send something to someone I didn't. Dang it. I goofed. I was going to send you something. I was going to send someone else something. I didn't do either. I'm going to have to change it. I might still record it after this, though. Yeah, anyway. Lots of stuff going on. Wedding next weekend for my brother-in-law, his fiance. They're getting married. It's a COVID wedding, so that's kind of fun. Matsky, thank you so much. Teenager time can be very challenging. We'll pray for her. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oops. Ms. Mana is in a new job. I don't know if that's something that I've shared yet or not. I mean, I've shared it before, but yeah, oops, drat. But she started a new job a couple weeks ago, and she's enjoying that. We've been volunteering at our church. Yeah, things are going well with that. Mana Sprout has the absolutely most adorable school picture, and I'm not biased at all. It is pretty fantastic. Woo! So that's a thing. What else? Woo! Yeah. Ah, I just went right into the bullet bill because I was reading chat. Gotta not do that, Mana. Gotta not do that. I don't think you should do that, Mana. Aha. Knew there was one in there somewhere. I couldn't remember it. Whee! Okay. Ah! Sassafras. Holy macaroni. Let's, oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh my goodness. Quick, gotta roll for something better. Oh, come on. Gotta get some better. Yeah, okay, that's at least something. Ooh, Nelly. Okay. I just want a thing. Ooh, that was a tight spot there. Oh, max X to get the spin to go faster. Oh, really? I did not know that, actually. Woo! I learned something new. Okay, time is so does that mean I'm the lowest on the time right now? So I need to get some time, everybody. Oh, get that. There we go. Ooh, get that. I think people are ganging up on me. All right, we'll take Bowser out. So do that. Okay, I'll just yep, do this. Let's just kind of make some noise. Boom! Red timer, Seth says. Now, what does that mean again? Does that mean I'm the lowest time out of everyone? I think that's what that means. So I gotta focus on getting through here and not. I actually have 419 coins, so I'm pretty good there. Probably want to get that, because that is helpful. Ooh. Oh my gosh, and there's Bowser over there. Oh, Nelly. Oh, okay. Red timer is going like 4 times speed. So why does it do that? Like, what is that? It means everyone's timer is counting down super fast. At this point in the race, you should put all your focus on keeping the timer up. Okay. Good. Oops. Oh, Nelly. Everyone's... So, does that just happen randomly, or when does that happen? And why does it happen, I wonder? I guess, I mean, my timer is still up, actually. So that's good. Oh, I should have grabbed that. There we go. Yeah. All right. Oh. Yeah, we're just like back and forth here. Oh, shucks. How's everyone? Steel Games, how are you? We're doing pretty good around here, I think. I don't think we're doing decently. Oh my gosh, look at all these enemies. Oh my golly. Woo! Things are happening around here. Oh, shucks. Oh gosh, why did I... Oh, okay, that was not smart, though. Hey, there we go. Hey, that's cool. I wonder if you can you mash the R button as opposed to X to get that to happen, because that's actually what I use rather than X. I don't know if that makes a difference, but hey, let me know, please. All right, that timer is going down, and I do not like that. Oh, gosh, okay. Oh, boy. Wow, we've got just, like, damage control. Just got done with your stream. Wanted to come by and see what's up. Oh, Still Games, thank you so much. How was your stream? What were you streaming, my friend? Oh boy, yeah, we're just playing a little bit of this. What do you think, everybody, by the way? I've been still tweaking my background. You like the new background look? You like the kind of... I went back to the real saturated blues and greens as opposed to almost the, like, purple gray. I just kind of felt like this was... I don't know, it felt lacking before. I don't know. So kind of going back. I won! It's me! I won! Woo! I honestly didn't even know that. I didn't know, I had no clue how many people were there, but I just won. Oh yeah, first try of the night. It's because Seth was here. Got that Animal Crossing Island vibe, Iron Rusty says. Boo! Yeah. It is just kind of that, like, chill. It's chill, you know? We did it! Oh, that was so cool. I'm shocked, is what I am. 7 hours later. Oh, Seth!
Victory bits.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Victory bit. Almost sounded like she said victory bits. Victory bits. Victory bits. Get your victory bits here. Oh, funny story. Now do a Splunky run. You know what, Chrono? Sure. I think I should, actually. That's not a bad idea. So, funny story. I talked to Ginny Gravity. Oh, Cooper's giving you a victory puppy hug and a tail wag. Yay! Nice score too, Twitchy Bray says. Thank you. So I ended up oh, shoot. What was I saying? Shoot, what was I was just talking victory bits, something monkey. Oh yeah, Ginny Gravity. So I send her a message. I'm like, hey, we just get some eyes on this background. What do you think of this? You know, is this a good background? And Ginny, you know, she's very honest, and so, you know, she goes, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. She goes, man, hang on a second. She sends me a screenshot of her home screen on her phone. She drew this like Starfield sky, and I kid you not, like, you would have thought that I had sampled the colors from her drawing, and it was like these colors exactly, and the Starfield was going in the exact direction that this is, like shooting stars. It was uncanny. I'm gonna see if she might allow me to share that at some point, but we'll see. 75 to 78, that's pretty good. Memory Martin says he's been here the whole time but didn't want to inject him into such a serious topic. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, not too shabby. Not too shabby. We got a lot of coins. No KOs. That was a 17-minute run, though, and we did well. Man, with your awesome victory, you missed my message. Now, with me being certified at my job, I just finished my first week. My shift stinks, though, Tuesday through Saturday from 3:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Oof. Oh, I'm sorry. But congratulations on being certified. That's awesome. All right, you want to do a Splunky run? We'll do a Splunky run. Get that up. Get that up. All right, we're gonna do this. It'll just take a moment for me. So let me first. You know, Splunky run would be fun. Dash says, okay. Then that is what we'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to sleep. I gotta just get my cable here. Get that all set up. Welcome back, Chrono. Hey, congrats. Rough shift, though, Chrono says. Chrono, welcome back. Okay, we're gonna do. I might have to. I'm gonna have to go to another screen here. Oh, so speaking of screens. Oh, before we do that, before I forget, I said I was gonna bring back the patron pool. Yeah, I did say that, and then I promptly forgot. Okay, two things. First of all, First of all, let me just go show you a couple of things. This is what the background looks here now. This is what it looks like. Hopefully it looks good to you. When I want to do it with a chat, you've got this now. In case you missed it, my starting soon screen also has some new information, but I've actually included that on my some of it on my ending screen. So now you can see it's not really my ending screen. It's really my, hey, everybody, if you're here and you like what you're seeing and you want to give a follow, please feel free. There's my Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter there. And then on the rating, it'll actually show my schedule. So when we're rating someone, you can actually see and go, oh, man, it's going to be live next on Tuesday. Okay, that's my new schedule right now, everybody. I did actually kind of make it look a little different on the starting soon screen. I kind of just gave that little look right there, just kind of nice. So, well, KK concert would be a nice way to end it. I agree. That would be nice. What is the patron pool? Do you swim in it? Seth says. Nope. I'll tell you what it is. Because we're going to it. Let me show you one other screen, though. This is a famous one for some people who remember when I was dealing with not such great internet. I really should have gone to 720p and lower bitrate during that time. I don't know why I tried to stick out 1080, but unless I did do 720, I don't remember. Anyway, but the patron pool. It is this, and I am here. It is done and redone. Okay, the patron pool is a way for Scooter remembers the podcast mode. Man, it looks great. Thank you, Scooter. So the patron pool is something that we did back in the day, and I haven't really promoted my my patron my Patreon campaign in a long while. And look, if you aren't a Patreon or a patron, that's okay. That's okay. Let me just tell you real quickly. I mean, a lot of people have been subbing, a lot of people have been giving bits. Honestly, even if you're just watching, and I don't mean to say even, if that's what you're doing, you're not giving any financial contribution, that is awesome. You don't need to do any more. But there have been people who've obviously subscribed. You get some really great perks from that. Being a patron, you don't get as many perks, okay? Right for a while when it started, it was actually mostly access to a Minecraft server that I helped organize to middling levels of success. I would say I enjoyed it, but I wish I'd done a better job with it. But then it became really, hey, if you want to be a part of the sustaining efforts of this channel, it's a really helpful way to do it because I can kind of count on it in the week, and I get a payout, or in the month, and I can get a payout every month, and it's a little bit more accountable, if that makes sense. But yeah, patron pool. These are all of my current patrons right now. So big, huge thank you to The Owl 08 TV, Kalen Gaming, Scooter102089, Harem 1988, Blades Knight, Zershade, Dash Magnum, and Shell C 08. That very, very, very long time. It's a great group of people, long time friends of Mana. Look, Kalen Gaming, double dipping, coming by and doing the 30 months of subscribing, also supporting me on Patreon. What this is, and what this used to be, is I would spin the wheel every month and then let that person who wins choose a game for me to play. Now, what I realized then was it was hard because I kind of maxed myself out with oops, oh darn, I hate when I do stuff like that. I don't. It breaks the immersion when suddenly my elbow disappears. Anyway, oh, look at that! Bottom Mana comes up talking about Patreon. If Vanna uses Patreon, if you'd like to, you can be a part of the sustaining efforts of this channel. Patreon.com/artofmana. That's awesome. So I had no idea what perks I could offer if I start Patreon. I'd actually had an account for a few years, but never told my viewers about it for that reason. Memory Martin said. So for me, it's a way of just, if you want to support what I do, you enjoy my content, you don't have to think about it. You can set it and forget it. It supports me, all that good stuff. It's really, that's what it is. You do get a role in my Discord. Your name appears top on the list, and a name on the website, and right now the patron pool. So it used to be that. Now what it'll be, I have a little bit more flexibility here, but I'm going to do one stream, maybe more, but I'm only going to commit to one stream, not necessarily a complete playthrough of a game, but I'm going to commit to at least one stream of the game of the patron who wins their choice. So let's do it, everybody. Boom, and we spin the wheel. Oh, that wheel glitched for a moment. Keep going. Round and round she goes. Where she'll stop, nobody knows. On Zershade. Well, there we go, everybody. Zershade has won our patron pool for the month. I'll get in touch with Zershade and let him know. And he'll probably tell me to play RuneScape. So that's, look forward to that. There you go. We'll do that. I'm going to try and do that once a month. I think Zershade made my stream lag, Matsky says. Oh, gosh. So big grats to Zershade. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Afraid I need to bow out. I've stayed up way too late watching election coverage, and lack of sleep is catching up with me. Have a good rest of your stream. Night all. Artie, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks again for reaching out to me. And yeah, all the best. Scooter says rigged. Congratulations, Zershade. Lol. It's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go to this really quick as I set some things up. I gotta just make sure I have my my PC all working. Already have a wonderful night. Do good, be well. I'll catch you next time. We're gonna go We can go here. Get this going up. Let me just. I gotta adjust my HDMI. Gotta do it over here. Gotta do it over there. Gotta do all that. Yep. Gotta do it. Oh, gotta do it. Doing it. And then we could end with KK Slider, which would be good. Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. We got it working. Okay. That was weird. Who would say something like that? That's just a weird thing to do. It's a weird thing to do. And we could go like boah. There we go. That's a thing, right? Okay, we've got this up and running. Do we have the audio working? No, because I have it all the way down. That would explain it. Okay. So should we do regular Spelunky or Spelunky 2? I don't actually know what you wanted us to do. So could the patrons suggest they play the game if it had a multiplayer feature? Yep, they can play it with me. Absolutely. But against one time. Mike-tron says, I'm off to bed. Night, everyone. Hey, thank you so much, and congratulations to you as well. Maybe Spelunky 2, Matsky says. Mike-tron agrees. That's what I'm thinking. We'll do Spelunky 2 then. Let me just change the stream info. Spelunky 2. Done. Okay. That's what we're going to do then. We'll get this up and running. We're going to continue playing, and we're going to go over here. And there we go. Superman 64, Scooter says. That's, yes. Oh, see. Oh, dang it. But see, I have another policy, Scooter, which benefits you in this situation. That is, if someone sends me a game, I will play it. I'm not always great at that, but I mean, assuming it's an appropriate game, right? But not always great at that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna do a run of this. We'll just do a couple probably, and then we'll end with the Animal Crossing KK. What time does KK go to bed? Is it midnight or 11? Because I just realized we might have to think quickly here. Yeah, I'm a little worried now, actually. We're going to do this. Okay. It's E for everyone. Scooter says, I know. I would do Superman 64. It's 1:40 a.m. for me, Matsky says. So, Matsky is just being awesome here. How is Mana in trouble besides about to play Spelunky? Oh, it's because Scooter says, by the way, Artemana, you're in trouble. I have Superman 64. Okay, let's choose. Let's go with Margaret. Margaret seems cool. I like her fashionable purple. It'll look good with the blues and greens we got going on here. Okay, cool. So, boop. Okay, I honestly don't know how well this is gonna go, but I'm looking forward to it. I have not done particularly well in this game in a lot of ways. And I don't even know how I could do this section. Oh, it's like actually kind of scary. Ooh. Boop. Okay. And then, oh yes, Mana, you're in trouble, Chrono says. I'm like, honestly, oh, see these stuff like that. I'm telling you, this game just kind of hates everything. Can I? Hello? Okay, there we go. This is the most cautious I think I've played this in like all of my playing. And I already have a hit. So, you know, not great, let's just say. Okay, Memory Martin has to go to bed. Good night. Thank you so much for coming. Memory Martin, I can't wait to see more of your stuff. Can we get a shout out for Memory Martin, by the way? For those of you who don't know, Memory Martin is a streamer. Hey, we got ourselves a little friendly pug over here. I probably didn't need to use that, actually, because I could have jumped from... Could I have? Let's try it. I just want to... Nope, I'd have to. Okay. All right, then I don't feel so bad about using that. Okay. Yeah, I gotta be a little more cautious about this. I mean, I can... That was not gonna help. So there we go. See, there are ways to do it. It can be taught. Well, that was a thing. Oh boy. Okay. Not really liking this. There we go. Up here. Grab that. Got some more bombs. Bombs. Okay. And good night to Seth. Good night. Thank you so much, Seth, for coming. Big shouts to Seth. Oh, it's Memory Martin's not going to bed. It's Seth. Seth, good night. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate... Oh, Nelly. I really appreciate getting to know you and hanging out and all that good stuff. And, yeah, thanks for being you. I don't even... Let's do that. And this just seems dangerous, but we're going to go over here. Boom. Definitely playing more cautiously if you haven't noticed. Ooh. Can we go in here? Where was our doggo? Oh, see, I don't have the things for that. Okay. Darn. I really should get some water. JP, this isn't Mario. Oh, I thought I fixed... Didn't I change it? I was playing Mario 35. Oh, I did. You might have to refresh the screen there, JP. You kind of want to play this game, Matsky says? It's a good game. I really like this game. Well, that's rather unfortunate. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. Whoa. This game. Ugh. Ooh, the boots. Oh, darn, I thought if I could get the one, then I could, but I'll use a rope, whatever. Okay, so now we've got spiky boots. We do more damage when we hit an enemy. Oh, I'm so lucky there. I just walked right into that without any regard for my personal safety. Yeah. Also nerves. Okay, so I think we go. Ah! No! Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my. The stuff that happened. Superman 64 will always be rated E for everyone, but the rage it will bring for streamers will make the rating change. Scooter says. Could be on my end. John Paul O'Keefe, so good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Well, that was a thing. That happened. I think Mana should practice this game so he can get used to Superman 64 process. Yeah. Yeah. The rage, right? Okay. All right. So let me try one more time here, and then I'll stop for water. I feel like I'm kind of in a good headspace for this. I don't know why. Maybe it was because Mario went so well. Really thought that wouldn't have hurt me. I don't know how that happened. I should not have taken that risk, but oh well. Now, see, those guys, they get really angry, is what I've learned as well. Okay, so we'll just drop that there. Grab our pug. I do love that the pugs are your, quote, damsels. It's just so great. I love it. Okay. Done. That's a level done. I'm looking at games that are coming out for the Switch. I found this survival horror game, and the music is creeping me out. Coming soon. How's everyone's weekend going? JP asks. Mine's going pretty well. So this morning, I was kind of like, I didn't want to jump into a stream. I ended up doing a lot of yard work, raking leaves. Oh, so many leaves to rake. So we have a large sycamore tree that just loves to shed its leaves, and so I ended up spending some time really doing a couple of things. One, just collecting the leaves and placing them in our bin, and then a pile, and then also taking all these branches that fall from the tree, and I ended up we have a fire pit, so it's legal to use a fire pit. So I just ended up breaking the little branches, just having a nice little cozy fire outside as I did that. So I kind of enjoyed the warmth of the fire. I finished all of my yard work because it started raining, and so it was a very pleasant, enjoyable day of labor. Unfortunately, my left hand, I think I did something to kind of aggravate it, because it's almost like sprained or something. I was maybe doing some weird stuff, not paying attention to it. But playing guitar tonight was a little painful. And I've been having this little, I think I mentioned, the reason I'm not currently wearing my wedding ring is because I ended up having some issues with my left hand I'm still worried about. So it's the same kind of fingers. I'm hoping, beyond hope that everything's okay. But I'll reach for a few chords and it's really painful. And I'm hoping it's not something like, carpal tunnel or something along those lines. But done a couple of fall cleanups. I mean, JP, it's the thing to do, right? Seems like now's the season.
Captain, we're detecting strange signals on the screen. It's better than houses.
That should hurt him. Yeah, we did a thing. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hey, thank you so much, Just Call Me Soup. Welcome on in. How are you doing? What is up? What's a happy haps? Got ourselves a friendo. 'Tis the season, John Paul O'Keefe says, and gives me a Santa emote. Love it. Soup's doing well. Oh, hey, we made it to the jungle. Oh, hey. And it's dark. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to do that, so I don't know what to say. Why, thank you, kind sir. Oh, I've learned a thing that I can do now. Oh, no, okay. Oh, no, well, that bad day for you. Is that where I should go? I mean, I can. Good thing is I can climb places now. Okay, we can go down this way. I mean, I can just do up this. So that's good. Now I have the spiky boots, so I wonder if... Ooh, that was weird. Wonder if with the spiky boots I could walk on some of those things, huh? What do you think, everybody? Well, that didn't really do much, so that we're just gonna go over here. Oh boy. Oh wow. Okay. Hey, Well, we got a little farther than we've gotten before. Wowzers. Okay. Haha. Stinks to be you. We got ourselves a boomerang. Happy days. Bloop. Kind of want that torch, you know? Chrono says, try it, see if you can walk on the pointies. Okay. I will try it. Not these pointies, though. Let me try on the other pointies when I get a chance. Look at that fella over there. I'm gonna knock him out there. Okay. Oh, Nelly. Okay, what is this? Oh, Snapple. Oh, Snapple. Oh, Snapple. Oh gosh. So we're learning all things. Now you. Okay, well that happened. Would you indulge me for a moment as I'll trust you here. I'm gonna put up the chatting and chat scene so you can chat amongst yourselves for a moment. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to drink. Okay, I am back. Hold on a second. Just getting myself situated. Lovely chatting there. JP talking about I went disc golfing today, which felt good. Hit up a skate park, trying to take advantage of the nice weather while it lasts. Oh yes, this is my favorite time of year. I love the fall weather. It's so nice. And yeah, good stuff that can be done here. And I get to wear my sweater. I love the sweater that I have. It's so great. By the way, another little thing came in the mail. This is my Hero Amiibo. Wow, he looks so cool. So there's that. Excited to check that out in a little bit. But anyways, you're walking, yeah. It's in the game, everybody. Let's do three times I think is good. And isn't that a cool amiibo there, Chrono? I couldn't help but when that was available. I thought that was cool. Let's do a character select. Let's choose let's go. I always kind of go back to the classics. Let's go back here. JP, thank you so much. Yeah, I do. I love amiibo. They're just so great. It's terrible. Some nice fresh water. Okay. JP, have you played Spelunky and or Spelunky 2? I feel like this would be up your alley. It's a good game. I like it a lot. What you drinking? Just some ice water. It did have a little bit of a color almost on the screen, but I think that was just the condensation on the glass. But it did almost look like I was drinking some hard stuff, which, to be fair, with events of the last few weeks, I might be inclined to try for the first time. Oh man, I've really done it this time. Here we go. Where's our pug? Is our pug up there maybe? Probably, but I don't want to risk it. Okay. Okay. Roguelike games, lots of crazy antics. That's totally true. JP says, I've not, but it looks like a hoot. It totally is. And the music is super good. And yeah, I just feel like this is very much like your cup of tea. I mean, you think about Mario Maker, it's got a lot of similarities in a way. I mean, obviously it's a platforming game. And maybe that's really where the similarities end. But no, it's got a great feel, great game design. And it is, universally, it is by nature of the randomization, it is infinitely replayable. That's what I was trying to say. Boop. And we'll just chuck our doggy up there. It is a little like Mario. I mean, there are some stark differences, but at the same time, one of the nice things is this game, it's a really solid platformer. It feels like when something goes wrong, it's your fault. Memory Martin says, I'd be so upset if I wasn't able to wear my class ring because my hand hurt, mainly because it reminds me of when I met my two best friends, F and M, my sophomore year. F and I were sophomores, M was a freshman. I don't remember if I said it in the interview, but they literally changed my life since I never really meet people I'd consider friends and help change my life since. I never really people I'd consider, there's a missing word there that I can't quite figure out. I never really people I'd consider friends and helped me with the two teachers I had the previous year, and that was the year I ordered it. Aww. I never really had people I'd consider friends and help me with the, okay, cool. Yeah, it is hard not being able to wear my wedding. I love my wedding ring, and obviously, love what it represents, and being married and my wife and all that, but it's hard. And one of the things that I do keep the ring on me at all times. I am thinking about getting it resized in a way that maybe it won't hurt as much, but I'm just I'm nervous. I don't know if it's related to the ring or not, but it's been hard. So I've really not liked not being able to wear it the last little bit, hoping that things will sort themselves out. Also, I do need to take better care of myself, putting on some pounds again, and that doesn't help making the ring tighter. I'm starting to suspect now with my doctor visit that that's not the reason, but we'll see.
Thanks.
JP, thank
That's
you.
generous.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for those 10 bits. Thank you so much. Oh. There we go. So JP, this game, it originally came out for the PC as a free, freeware independent project. And then it eventually was remade, and now this is the sequel to it. And I just gotta say, overall, it's just such an enjoyable game. I always reference it. Oh, I hate this game. I always refer to this game as like my comfort food game. Even though many times it will get frustrating, and you'll feel like you're not making progress. It's enjoyable to just play it, and that means a lot. Dear Journal, I was vegan. I was law-abiding. I took my first damage in level 1-3 from a spider. I eventually died in level 1-4 because of Quillback. Until next time, Anna Spelunky. I learned this little thing. It's kind of cool. It's nice how it's comforting and frustrating at the same time. Exactly, Chrono. Prior to the drink, I tried to visit them at least twice a year, and we talk all the time on Discord and text. Actually, the last time I saw them was to celebrate M's birthday. Fun fact, I am exactly 9 months older than M. Nice. Okay, well, yeah, Cuphead. That reminds me. I should play Cuphead. I see some emotes there that look distinctly Cuphead-like. You want me to see? You want to see a round of Cuphead before I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but KK is there until midnight, right? Pretty sure. No, not Cuphead. Chronos says. No, you don't want to see Cuphead. Okay, all right, all right. Anything you want to see before we wrap up with some Animal Crossing? Arguably tougher than Spelunky. Arguably. You probably right. Pain, Matsky says. Pain. I'm kind of inclined to try it real quick. First you like this game, then you hate it. It is what it is. For those who don't know, I currently live in Florida and they're in hometown North Carolina. There we go, MM. Nice. All right, well. Oops, what just happened here? Ah, there we go. Exit subtitle. I would enjoy it, but I don't enjoy you in too much pain, Chronos says. Well, thank you. Hey, I'm gonna do it. We'll just exit this way. It's not the best way to do it, but whatever. Close. And then we'll go. Let's find installed. Let's go to Cuphead. It's gotta be right up there. Boom. All right, here we go. Let's play a little Cuphead, everybody. Just a little. I gotta just change the title here. We're gonna do like a couple rounds of Cuphead. We are bouncing all over, talking about politics, playing Mario and Spelunky and Cuphead. I mean, it's just, I love this song.
They like to roll the dice. By chance they came on a devil's game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid the price.
It's good. Okay. I have played this before. I actually played it first on stream. I'm apparently 66% of the way through the game. It's been a while, but yeah. Are we getting cups or heads? Let's see here. Okay. I have not played with this controller, so I'm actually kind of excited to try this. I guess I gotta maybe look and see. How do we determine what we... Okay, that's that. That's that. Is that what I wanted? Maybe that. Super. We'll go that. Shot B. Shot A, shot B. I don't even remember. Oh, lists. There we go. Well, okay, so we've only done a couple. Rumor, Honey Bottoms, Captain Briny Beard. Let's go for a new one, huh? Because why not? Let's be honest, fellows, shall we? There's a class of grade A people, and then there's, well, everyone else. At the moment, you seem like everyone else, and that means you cannot experience the world in the special way I do. Cool. Love you too. All right, Marine Corps. Let's do it, everybody. So this is Werner Werman. Okay. Can you choose between Cuphead and Mugman now? Apparently you can.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
Okay, so not knowing... Oh, golly. Okay, already messing up because there's fire that goes out of there. So that's good to know. I'm kind of forgetting... Oh, shoot. I was trying to bounce on that. Oh, man. I'm trying to... So I can bounce on these, right? Yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, Snapple. How do I switch... Okay. I'm trying to remember how I switch out some of these things. So I can't... Oh, I dash with that. Okay. Okay. Oh, and then I... Okay. So that's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Oh, and I can get up here. Oh. I don't know how I'm going to play this game on PS4, Matt Ski says. All right. Chrono says, this level. Chrono apparently knows this one. Oh, boy. Okay. Iron Man says he's happy to try it with the controller, but shows no expression. I am. But I also, just... oh, shoot. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Is there a way to, like... Oh, yeah. Okay. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, darn. Okay, so I can do that. Yeah. There we go. See, I'm learning. Whoa, sample. Okay. So I want to... How does it... That just happens so quickly. This tank is the ultimate weapon. You will not win. Mary Martin, I need to watch that, but man is playing. What do I do? I need to rewatch Cuphead the musical video. Random encounters made. Gonna thank you. You could whatever you want to do. We'll give this a few more shots. Oh, nearly. Oh, darn. Oh no. Oh no. The Cuphead. Oh wait, I forget that makes you invincible. So I actually could have. See, this is hard too because I've kind of forgotten how to play this. Darn. I'm forgetting the controls and things, so it's making it rather difficult. Okay. We'll do a couple more. I never played this because I want to keep my controllers safe. I gotta say, despite... Oh, okay. So that doesn't work so well. Despite what people say, I mean... it is hard, but I'm getting worse. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Okay, so I gotta remember here. So these things, gotta watch out for the ground. Oh, drat. Okay. Can I do that? Boom, right over. That's good. And I can go over here. Ah! Why did I do that? I accidentally hit the wrong button there. Okay. Am I going to do a thing? Oh, I thought... Oh, wow. That was terrible. Can I, like, do this? Yeah, okay. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, there's always a method to the madness, JP says. Have you played this game, JP? This is a tricky one. Okay. So if I do this... Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. Like no thank you. Ah, drats. Wow, that was not good. I have been only multiplayer with my old neighbor. Oh yeah, that's right, there's multiplayer in this. I wonder if it's easier multiplayer. I like the game. I like the style. I like the concept, but boy, it is a pretty challenging game, isn't it? Oh! Dagnabbit. Oh, dagnabbit. 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 This is not good. Come on. Okay, so you gotta remember what buttons do what. And I gotta watch for this. That's gonna come over this way. And I can go up here. And then that's gonna come. And then I gotta watch this. Oh, no, and then I gotta watch this. And that's lucky. Oh, okay. Oh, no! I was actually doing a lot better. Scooter says, Art of Mana and I Cuphead collab? That would be fun. Hey, we actually got a lot farther that time. Okay. Do you mind if I kind of want to see if I can make this happen? I feel like I might be able to. Hold on, we're going to retry. That was just a dumb start. But yeah, I'm starting to get this one. We might be able to make this happen. Oh, these are a really challenging thing. The little cherry bombs. They're at really strange sort of interval. Oh, strange intervals. All right. Oh, darn. Yeah, not good. He says all these things, but then it's like, eh. Okay, so we're in good shape if we do this. We're actually... Oh, wait, I gotta go up, right? Yeah. I gotta go up here. Oh, no! Oh, man! It's a great-looking game, and it's really challenging. A lot of muscle memory, kind of like Mega Man games, JP says. That's actually a really good analogy, is Mega Man. It's sort of like every Mega Man boss battle, right? It is actually what old boss battles used to be. You know, it was memorization of pattern, and in that sense, I do appreciate this. I think it does a pretty good job. Oh shucks! And then my earbud keeps trying to wiggle out of my ear. I avoided even buying this game. It has it's in the Dark Souls territory for me. Chrono, I can get that. Yeah, see, that's what I want. That's what I wanted right there. I accidentally hit the wrong button. I'm still trying to memorize the controls here. Musical Doodles, hello, so good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. Okay, so I gotta remember what buttons do what. Okay, so that was good. Woo! There we go. Okay, a little... Ah! Darn. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're doing some damage. There we go. Oh, shucks, really? I feel like I was too close, but I wasn't moving, so I thought I was okay. Oh, because it can go on. There we go. I see why that is. Oh wait. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh no. Come on. Do the big oh, do the thing. Do the damage. Do the damage. What? Whoa. Oh, that's the... Shucks. Oh, no! We actually were doing pretty good. We were doing pretty good, actually. And Memory Martin says, that's right, I forgot about that. Hey, we actually did... You know what? We did all right. That was not bad. And JP says, that's interesting. You're the cat's meow now, Chrono says. Love it. Oh, shucks. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Let's retry this. That was just terrible. Bad kitty, Scooter says. Okay, that was rough. If we can do the first part of this, I mean, actually, I feel pretty confident that we're going to get this. You know, this is one of those games you kind of have to play one level at a time, or else you will go a little batty. But I think we're hanging in there. Ah, shucks. Ah. Ow. That was not good. You know what? I know I was kind of messing around with the different buttons. There's a lot of actual buttons that are at play in this game. So if you really want to do a collab of this, I'd be down. Memory Martin says, pretty sure I'm as far as you are. Oh yeah? That's exciting. I don't know if it's easier as a two-player or not. And I think you can use I think you can use Steam's online play now. Because I don't think this has built-in multiplayer, but I'm not sure. I think it would be more fun. Still not as hip as Tom and Jerry, Chrono says. Oh my gosh, that's funny. You guys are so funny. Chat is just being goofy. Okay, we are going to do this. We're going to make this happen, everybody. Yeah, see? You just got to get that timing. It's definitely faster than you suspect is the problem. Shucks. Woo! Get out of the way. Do this. Do this. Do all the damage. Do all the damage. So I wanna go over here. Oh no, I don't. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I want to go over here now. Oh no. Shucks. Ah, darn. Oh my gosh. Chrono asks if the Animal Crossing interviews archived elsewhere if it isn't on Twitch. It is on Twitch. They're archived there. I will have them on my YouTube channel as well, but I just haven't uploaded them yet. Man, I'm getting closer. Progress, JP says, yeah, definitely. I'm seeing where I did better and where I did worse. You know, problem is there you like almost get a point where you're like, I'm doing worse than I was before. That's when it's frustrating. Boom. Okay. So there we go. Is that? Do that. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Ooh. Wahoo. Okay. Ah, I was too close again. It really stinks when that happens. That does a lot of damage there, though. And then the cat in the background. That is too funny. Because I can't... Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Ooh. That's getting close. It's a little dangerous there. Okay, so now the cat comes. And then I should be able to go... Is this going to work? Is that doing some damage? Oh, come on. Oh. And there's that. Okay. Oh, and then it's going to be on this side. Okay. Come on. Doing more damage. Oh, shucks. This is it. This is getting to the knockout. Yes! We did it, everybody. That's what I wanted. That's all I wanted. That is all I wanted. Okay. Good question. I've been wondering about that, so I can provide a link for any new people who want to learn more about me, even if it's a little over an hour long. JP, thank you. Yeah, I do actually. I have it archived in a what do you call them? A collection on Twitch, so you can. That's a permanent link. The archive is not going to be deleted after a couple months, but I'll put them on YouTube as well. But if you want to, for now, you can feel free to add the. You could add the Twitch link. I got the Werner Werman Soul contract, and there are Vermin. I get it. Vermin. Okay, we did another one. Well, everybody, not too shabby, to be honest. I would say that was a win. Okay, time to, I guess, let's quit the game here. Time to get out of this and unplug that controller. We're going to go back to this screen for a moment. As I also go to this screen for a moment. Really proud of that, actually. That was pretty late in the game, and I actually managed to pull off a pretty decent win there. So I'm going to take that. I'm pretty proud of that. Let me go over here real quick. I got to figure out this the way to make this a little bit easier. Oh, hold on, I pushed the wrong button. Matsky says, well, gonna leave a lurk. Hope the stream is well. God bless you, brother. Remember that God loves you, and so do I. It's getting late. I'm heading off. Lurk. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for those kind words. And I do appreciate it tremendously. I hope that I'll see you again soon. Don't be a stranger and all that jazz. And we'll just go ahead and put this up. Boom. Change the game that I'm playing over here. It is now Animal Crossing. New Horizons. Done and updated. And we're going to wrap up our stream. Yes, we are. So, everybody, thank you so much. I think this was a really fun stream. I feel like we did some good stuff. Hey, if you're new around here and you've enjoyed what you've seen, please do consider a follow. It doesn't cost anything, and I think we have a pretty good time around here. If you don't follow me on other platforms, I am on YouTube as well as Twitch, and you can find me on Twitter as well. You can also get all of my links at artofmana.com. Oh no! Apparently, it was missed. The win was missed by Chrono. I did finish it off, yeah. I actually beat the level, which felt pretty good. Okay, good to know. I'll grab the link and make a command on my channel tomorrow, Memory Martin says. Sweet. Yeah, and I will probably, I'll be posting that to YouTube soon, but there is a permanent link on Twitter, or on Twitch, excuse me. Okay. Get some rest, Scooter. See you Monday for that collab. Oh, are you doing a collaboration? Nice. What collaboration? I missed it. And thanks again for those 10 bits, JP. JP, it's so good to see you. How's your little one who's not so little anymore? Good evening, everyone. 11:21. No big announcements. Okay, have a fun Isle Mana weekend. Good. Okay, let's do this. Here's my outfit, by the way. It's pretty fly. I have a lot of trees. I gotta actually figure out what to do. Bell trees, obviously. Gulliver gave me something, a little gift. What did I get, I wonder, huh? Nook shopping. Let's get out of there. Let's take a look. I also love Eunice. I don't know if everyone knows Eunice. Just turned 2.5, JP. Oh my gosh. Sometimes nighttime can feel lonely, so I'm glad I ran into you. Boy, that's how I feel every time I stream. I should have absolutely saved that or taken a screenshot of it. I got a turban and KK Jazz for some people. I've been pretty good, Marina. Thank you so much for asking. That's all right. Okay, let's go over here. We've got KK Slider in the house. And I could invite a few people over, but to be honest, it almost seems like we should maybe just go and listen, and then you can kind of give me some suggestions on what you want me to play or request. Welcome to the Nook Media. I got to do this today anyway. I was going to do it after this, but this works. And Nook Shopping. Let's check and see what's down here. Oh, I don't know that I have KK Oasis. Let me go double check. Eunice replaced Clay. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's who it was. I can double check on my map and see. Show you who I have. I have now Renee, Drift, Spork, Patty, Marina, Lopez, Keaton, Blanche, and Eunice. Oh, and Nan, or Nan. Yeah, so I've got some really neat characters now. There was one other, a little duck who was a poet that I thought about trying to get, but didn't quite work out. That's my lineup right now. It's a pretty good lineup. I wouldn't necessarily feel that inclined to change anything right now, to be honest. So, Memory Martin, you're gonna do Cuphead? Nice. Okay, let me, no, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna check in here. I go right to it and then I already forget. Ah, there it is. KK Oasis. I do have it. Okay. You'll see the reason that I say this. I did get KK Jazz just because I like the cover art. I had it. I have a lot of things for next Animal Crossing. It's been too long since we've done an Animal Crossing stream. When we do, I'll show you. I actually have a little corner of my island with a lot of things to give people. So things have actually progressed. I've even done some weeding, which might surprise many of you. But over here in this corner, I actually have a whole bunch of music and some DIY cards that are free for people. Scooter says, I'm collaborating with Hacks and Snacks. Oh, nice. What are you doing, Scooter? I definitely gonna have to try and make that. Two of my favorite people, well, three of my favorite people. Mana doing weeding, quite the surprise indeed. I know, right? But, we've got all these mushrooms now, which is exciting. We're getting all kinds of things there. It's really cool. Okay. Let's listen to a KK song and wrap it up. We went 3 hours tonight, longer than I expected, but maybe consider it a consolation prize for us starting later. All right. We got a lot of great people here ready for it. KK, hey Brian, if you aren't the most, glad you made it. Oh, Rocket League. Oh, that'll be fantastic. Okay, cool. Any requests? I can dial up an old favorite, or you can just tell me how you're feeling and I'll groove on it. What do you think, everybody? I'm good for whatever you want. You can request a song. You can tell me which of these we should choose, and then we'll go from there. Chrono, though one of the people on there, Andrew Stein, known as Mando Pony on YouTube, who did the three-headed dragon, has been accused of some things and has taken an internet hiatus for 6 months. That's no good. All right. Up to you. Up to you. I'll leave it up to you, is what JP says. Herna says, that's unfortunate. With everything that's been going on, I've been a bit more careful who I watch and interact with. Yeah. Dealer's choice? Cool, I got a slick one for you. Take a seat. We'll jam. All right, I'm ready for this one. You can see it in my eyes. I'm getting tired. All right, sit right here. Right on. I'm tuned up and ready to roll. Who's in the mood for a little KK reggae? I am. Me. It's me. It's me. I am. Me. Let's do it. Yeah. We got a lot of people here. Some of my favorite Islanders, too. Let's listen, my friends. Let's get that KK groove on. I don't know this song. I don't know what I was terrible. I was so off key that whole time. It's okay though. We tried it. We had fun. Okay. It's like unreal, man. Unreal. Hey, you know what? I liked it. I liked it even though we have fun with it. We just got into the groove. We felt it. We felt it. And then we ruined it for everyone. That just made my night, JP says. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Hey, that was fun. Well, my friends, I think that's going to be a wrap. We're going to go ahead and slap the stinger on here and snap our fingers. 3, 2, 1, boom. That's how things happen around here. Let's take a peek. Take a peep. See if there's anyone. Excuse me. Just see if mana belches. Let's see if there's anyone who's streaming right now that we want to go and raid. Send some love their way. I don't know, but I will find out for you. That's what I'm going to do. That is an Art of Mana guarantee. Okay. So, I need to... You know what? I'm going to do something here in the future. I'm going to kind of cull my followers list because there are a lot of people that are kind of bigger streamers here that I'm just like, I don't really want to... I don't know. Hey, there's so Mona G, who started the stream, coming by and sending some love, is here. We might want to send some love their way. That might be kind of fun. That would be appropriate. I also see InstaFluff playing some Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is actually someone who is a member of Family Friendly Lives. That would be really cool. McTravdad playing a little bit of Kingdom Classic. Rix T is playing Valorant. Rix T is online. Rix T from Streamlabs. We've got yeah, you know what? I'm not sure. I haven't really tuned into Mona G streams. However,
Empress up forever.
I'm going over here real quick. Just pulling up their stream. LGBTQIA+, hashtag trans, she, her, retro variety, and just chatting streamer. If you really don't know who I am. If you truly don't know who I am, well, you're about to find out. And if you do, sing along at home. Well, I'm kind of inclined towards checking out Mona G. This is a first time. I'm not, you know, I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that might be a nice thing to do. But I'm also really torn because InstaFluff. And InstaFluff is just so cool and so, like, laid back and chill. And he's surrounded by stuffed animals playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Mona G is just chatting. What do you all think? What do you think, everybody? Do you feel like a little just Breath of the Wild just to kind of relax? Or should we do a little Mona G, which sounds like it might be a little bit more, deep discussion? Kind of continuing on where we were before. I feel like we've kind of left the deep discussion. And now I'm kind of talking myself into InstaFluff. I don't get to raid InstaFluff that often either, and family friendly. But Mona G, haven't. Okay, I'm seeing some InstaFluff comments. Okay. Breath of the Wild. All right, I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. They're doing also 24 hours of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We'll check out. We'll hang out with Mona G later, but I think we're gonna do keep it in the family-friendly live raid tonight. But if you want to check out Mona G, if you don't know Mona G, and if you know InstaFluff and you want to check that out, Mona G, Monagee. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thank you, Iron Rusty. I appreciate that. Let's do our raid. We're gonna go InstaFluff. InstaFluff is a creator of Stream Puppy, Get Comfy at the Coding Cafe, chat integrated fun with the comfiest corner of Twitch, Wednesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific time to 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, or 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Everybody, thank you so much for coming. I really, truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream and you don't follow, please do consider dropping a follow. If you haven't been here for a while, thanks so much for coming back. Thank you so much for the resubs today. And thank you so much for the bits and for hanging out. Thank you so much for the great conversation as well. It was super nice to just be able to talk so openly and freely with all of you. As always, do good, be well, stay safe and healthy, and I will catch you next time. Let's go into the raid, everybody. You know how the raids go. I'll be right there with you saying Mana Splash Raid, and good night.